Well, good evening everybody. Welcome down to HOSS here at the home of sports simulation down in the arcade. We've got the race night for the month of May tonight, Tier 1, or the Fast 8 I should say, and Tier 2. Got qualifying out there at the moment here at Symmons Plains in Tasmania, the Waimate of Australia. And tell you what, she's a good little track, this one. Just the 5 minutes, and then we'll be straight into race number 1, 12 laps, and then we'll reverse it up once again after that for another 12 lapper for the Tier 2. Starting off out there, a couple of newbies in there tonight in the form of Paul Hammond. We'll see how he goes. He's running, he drew the unlucky straw there. He's got the old Jack Smith livery. Here he is there, the SCT Camaro. There's Jimmy Carroll on screen. And Jimmy's in the triple gold simulator tonight, the full motion one. And he'll be looking forward to a strong qualifying. Dalrymple, he'll be the man to beat, I would say, out of this lot. Just been crowned the Tier 2 champion for the 8-round series that we've just had. He won it by a convincing margin. And on board with him now as he heads back up the straight. Wind the Mustang out, up through this wee right-hand kink. And then you straighten it up and hard on the brakes for the double apex. Hairpin to go back around down onto the front straight. 2 purple sectors for him. Goes a wee bit wide though on the exit of the first part of the corner. Would have lost a wee bit of time there. Let's see what his standing lap time is with just under 2 minutes left. A 109.1, a 55.9. So that's the time to beat at the present. Hamish Brader a 56.7, and Michael Pateman just ducks in at a 55.6. Dallas Redhead 55.3. So the times are changing. Here comes Hammond down to reel off his first lap. See what he can do. And obviously he's still finding his way in the Camaro there. Down there in that 7th place at the moment. So Dalrymple, purple in the first sector, sitting in 3rd at the moment. With a minute 15 left on the clock, so we'll come down and we'll get enough time to get another lap in. Oh, and he goes wide once again on that same corner, but this time a little bit wider, so it'll be a bit of a dud lap for him. Hamish Brader too, finding it hard there in the braking zone, lots of understeer there. And only three odd laps in, so temperature's just starting to come on now. With about a minute left in qualifying. Here's Michael Pateman. Quickest so far. Here's Redhead. Goes through, 2nd position, 55.3. Time to beat though, Michael Pateman, 54.8. Here's Dalrymple, purple in the first sector. Keep an eye on him this time and see if he can get that first part of the double left-handers sorted out. He's been understeering out to the grass that last lap. Here he goes now, back into the same position. And a better line this time from Dalrymple. Definitely should see him go quick and air as he comes down across the stripe. Green in the 2nd sector goes through, 53.3. Fastest time. Here comes Pateman. He's gone the purple in the 2nd and 3rd sectors. He comes down to reel one off and couldn't quite pull it off there. 54.1. 2nd place though for Michael Pateman. Here goes Hammond. Wee bit of work to do down there in 6th place. 56.6 his time to beat as he comes down through again. And a 56.2. So it should just be a couple of them left, I think, to put a time in. Not a very big lap round here, Symmons Plains. Used to be an old lake apparently years ago, and it was transformed into a racetrack. Pateman still on the hot lap. Is he? No, that's it. So it's going to be Dylan Dalrymple takes the pole from Pateman. 2nd row would be Redhead and Carroll from Brader, Hammond and Latu. The long-haired lout will start back there in that 7th spot. Just the 7 entries tonight for Tier 2. Dylan Dalrymple there in the Monster Energy Autobahn Mustang, beside him Pateman. And the truck assist entry. So waiting on the lights, got the 6 lights there. And we're off. Good start from the front too. And it looks like it's going to be the pole sitter. Dalrymple's going to lead them through from Pateman. Oh, he overshoots out into the grass there, and Pateman goes through. Lose a couple of spots there. Redhead's gone through as well. And all the Red Bull entry just out into the wall there, and so in the background too. That's Jimmy Carroll having trouble on the cold tyres in the first corner down at the hairpin. Drops down. Look at this drag going on for second and third at the moment. Well, this is for the lead, in fact. Redhead trying to go around the outside of Pateman. So come up through the right-hander into the first of the 2 left-handers. Going to have a wee dive up the inside, is he, Redhead? No, there's no way through there. Pateman comes across. And everyone pretty gingerly through there, just keeping it on the ripple strip there, Michael Pateman. But he's got Redhead in the Shell V-Power Mustang, chasing him down. Dalrymple there in 3rd place. Brader in 4th. Latu's had a good start up to 5th. And then it's Hammond and Jimmy Carroll, of course, having troubles earlier on there in the second corner. So down to the hairpin they go again. Pateman coming under a wee bit of pressure from Redhead. I'd expect Redhead to really give him a good run for his money, especially 12-lap race. A wee way to go. And in the background there you can see that Monster Energy Mustang getting a little bit closer. Dylan Dalrymple, current season 3 Tier 2 champion. Both the leaders go out to the grass. Here comes Dalrymple. He's going to go through to the lead, and so does the Monster Energy there of Hayden Brader. So the top 2 cars, out they go. One of them's had to stop for a penalty there, Michael Pateman. And that's really ruined his race, just that one corner. And Dallas Redhead's out as well. Not too sure what happened there, Dallas.
I slowed down from a penalty and it still penalised me.
So we're going to have a restart there.
We had a couple of penalties that were cleared but didn't clear, and we've got disqualified. We're going to have to restart that one.
So we're going to have a restart of the race, just 2 laps in. So if you do get a penalty, you must slow down at least under 35 kilometres an hour, or to a dead stop, depending on what sort of penalty that you do get. And then the penalty should clear and away you go again. But Dallas Redhead's issue was that he stopped for his penalty and it would not clear. So it's a bit of a software issue, so we're going to restart them. And away we go again. It's not too sure. I think we're just going to have a random grid start, I think, this time for Tier 2, rather than have a qualifying session. And we'll mix them up, perhaps start them how they were, might have been the way it should go. Jimmy Carroll will be pretty happy that it's a restart. So just get the ball plugged back into the computer. And away we go again. Who have we got on the front row there? Looks like, is it Jimmy Carroll, is it? Dylan Dalrymple starting off the rear with Hamish Brader, so he's got a wee bit of work to do. So it's Carroll and Pateman on the front row, Redhead and Hammond on the second row. Then Latu, Brader and Dylan Dalrymple waiting on the lights now, 6 lights. And we're off, bit of a slow start there from the truck assist there of Pateman it was. It's going to be Jimmy Carroll in the Optus. Oh, up the inside, gets a bit of a touch here from the V-Power car. Nose to tail there for the first 3 or 4. But Jimmy Carroll in the Optus car is going to lead the way from Dallas Redhead in the Shell entry. Then Pateman in the Mobile 1 car coming under some pressure now from Brader. He might have a wee sniff up the inside there in the Red Bull livery car. And he should go up to 3rd there. Oh, we got another one off there in the Optus car. Who is that? Jimmy Carroll once again having troubles. And he's fallen to the rear. Just a wee bit keen out there in front and overshot that first hairpin corner on cold tyres, obviously. But Dalrymple started 7th, up to 3rd already. He's going to try and follow Hamish Brader through, and it's going to be Dallas Redhead. Leads him across the line for the first lap here at Symmons Plains in Tasmania. And indeed he does. Followed by Hamish Brader, the HOSS boss in the Red Bull car. So Dylan Dalrymple might be just wanting to follow the boss around for a couple of laps and see what lines he's taken. Maybe he's done a bit of practice and knows where he can get away with it and not get a penalty. Down into the hairpin. A big drop down the hill. Turn around. It'll be quite a difficult wee corner that in these V8 Supercars with the fixed rear axle. Really got to use the brakes to get the things to turn with a bit of acceleration as well. So Brader sitting there in 2nd place. Dalrymple, biggest mover so far, just the 4 spots from the 7 entries here tonight down at HOSS for the Tier 2. Race 1 for the month of May Leaderboards. Down to the first corner, still Dallas Redhead in the shell entry. Hamish Brader, that's Dalrymple. Maybe Brader had a bit of a moment there coming out of turn 2, just because it's the wall coming through the right-handed kink. Coming under some pressure now from Dalrymple. Dalrymple will try and go around the outside of him into the hairpin. Looks like he's got the job done already. Brader comes back at him up the inside though. Bit of a drag race between the two of them. Bit of side-by-side rubbing as well as they head up through the right-handed kink. Up to the first of the 290-degree left-handers. Dalrymple looks like he's got the job done. Brader just locking the rears up, getting a wee bit out of shape, and might go down a spot there. Brader, as Pateman has a wee sniff up the inside, but he goes wide as well. I don't know how he managed to hang on to that, Hamish Brader. He locked the rears up and she went sideways. Oh, who's in that monster one again? Is that Dylan Dalrymple, was it? So Brader's coming back up the inside, down into the heavy braking zone. It's allowing Dallas Redhead to run away with it. He's out by 3 seconds. Oh, bit of a hit from behind there, Hamish Brader on Dylan Dalrymple. And in fact, Dalrymple's managed to put half a dozen car lengths now between himself and Hamish Brader. Paul Latu sitting there in 4th, Jimmy Carroll 5th, Michael Pateman and Paul Hammond. Oh, problem there for the Monster Energy Mustang. Slowed down a wee bit there through that first section of the 2 left-handers. He's underway again though. In fact, starting to come into the clutches of Paul Latu there in the Isuzu Trucks Premier Racing Camaro. Not too far behind him, Jimmy Carroll, having a bit of a fix-up mission there from 5th place. Under the hairpin, taking plenty of grass on the inside curb there, Jimmy Carroll. There's Latu. Of course, those of you that don't know Latu's got the old long hair and the rubber band holding the old pigtail together. Oh, the Shell Mustang and also too Brader out in the dirt. Here comes Dalrymple up the guts. The inside of Redhead, the 2 leaders having troubles through that left-handed section up the top there. Still fighting the steering in that thing, Dylan Dalrymple. Lots of understeer in these things tonight. He's coming under some pressure again from Redhead, just trying to get that place back. As they come down the straight, down to the left-hand hairpin. It's a downhill braking zone here, so tend to brake a little bit earlier just to make sure you get a better exit. And as you see, the Monster Energy unit there just got a better exit and opened up half a dozen car lengths back to Redhead. But don't discount him yet. Someone's slowing down the other side of the straight. That might have been the Premier entry. And through this section here where they're all having a wee bit of trouble there. Tightens up sort of mid-corner. Just getting a sideways a wee bit there. Dylan Dalrymple comes through Reel off another one, so 5 laps to go. And 54.7 for Jimmy Carroll, 54.3 for Dylan Dalrymple. And he's just opened up quite a nice wee gap now back to Dallas Redhead. And Jimmy Carroll suddenly finds himself in 3rd place, but coming under some pressure from Hamish Brader, who's having trouble. They've all had troubles tonight through that very tight left-handed hairpin. A big run up the straight here. Shouldn't be too long before we see Brader get on the back of the Optus Mustang through the right-handed king and up towards the hairpin here. That's where they've all had trouble. Oh, locking the rears up again. Jimmy Carroll, where he goes. Brader will duck through to 3rd. So everyone having trouble through that corner tonight. You'll see a few Tier 1 drivers looking on, thinking that they'll have to be a wee bit wary round through there. Fastest lap of the race, 53.2. That time from Dylan Dalrymple. Got a bit of pressure off him now. There's Brader sitting there in 3rd. That's a gap back to 4th place, Michael Pateman. There's the leaders already out the other side of the hairpin. Redhead still trying to chase down Dylan Dalrymple. These two have been fighting hard out for the last 8 weeks here in the Season 3 Championship. Dylan Dalrymple taking out Championship, Dallas Redhead 2nd. So there they run on the track. How they finished in that series. Down the front straight again, reel off another one. 53.1 that time from Dylan Dalrymple, and a 52.9 from Dallas Redhead. It's the fastest lap of the race. So 3 laps left to run. Still Dalrymple it is in the Monster Energy Mustang. 2nd place Redhead. And the HOSS boss, Hamish Brader, sitting there in 3rd. So he's had a pretty good run here, Dylan Dalrymple. He's sort of only come on the scene in the last 6 months. And next year we should see him hopefully running up in that Tier 1 as he comes through the left-hand corner. He's going to get a penalty there. We see him slow down. Redhead as well, 1st and 2nd. So where's our 3rd place man, Hamish Brader? Here he comes now. Can he take advantage of that with a couple of laps left to go? Still finding it difficult through that first section of the left-hand 90-degree bends. In fact, getting all out of shape coming through there still was Dallas Redhead. And Brader not too far away now. Only a couple of car lengths, in fact, with 2 laps left to run. Down to the hairpin goes the leader. What can Brader do? Locks the fronts up. Oh, a bit of a touch between the two of them on the exit there of the hairpin. On the run back up the back straight through the wee right-handed king. On board with Hamish Brader now. Let's see what the HOSS boss can do. He's had a bit of trouble here in the braking zone. Down through the gears, you'll see him chopping down. Wheel up on the ripple strip, just taking it nicely out to the air. And then flat out down through this left-handed section down the front straight. And we'll have one more left after this one. So he's got 2 laps to go there for Brader to see if he can do something. Forget about the leader though, he's gone out in front. Dylan Dalrymple. It's him up there, just going into the hairpin now. Oh, Brader late on the brakes, just about into the rear of Redhead. Oh, into the wall on the exit. And the Camaro getting a wee bit loose now as the laps are getting down. And be a wee bit of red mist coming in. But still sitting pretty good there in 3rd place is Brader. Let's see what he can do through this section here. And looks a lot tidier. Down the front straight, be the last lap board this time for them. Fastest lap of the race, a 52.9 from Dallas Redhead. So he's on song, trying to catch up. He's 2.5 seconds behind though, that's the gap. With 1 lap left to go for Dalrymple. Down to the hairpin for the last time. And we'll reverse them up again after this. and give them another 12 lapper. Up the back straight for the last time, 2.5 second gap back to second place. Dallas Redhead, you just have to get this next series of corners right, Redhead, because he won't want to run wide, because Brader's just not too far behind. In fact, he's out in the grass again. Dallas Redhead just put the mocker on him. He's going to go down a couple of spots as Brader goes through, so does Pateman. And Redhead will come through, goes from second to fourth. And then if we look back a wee bit further, should be Jimmy Carroll coming through for fifth. Paul Latu, and then Paul Hammond, who's our newbie tonight, will come through in seventh. Rightio, waiting on the start for the reverse grid section for the Tier 2s for the month of May here at Symmons Plains in Tasmania. Another 12 lapper, got Latu and Carroll off the front. Redhead, Pateman, Brader, Dalrymple, Paul Hammond, the newbie, will start off the rear again as we get underway. A great start there from Jimmy Carroll. Oh, who's that? Already getting into a bit of trouble. I think it's Latu and the Isuzu one. Oh, lots of nose to tail stuff there. Let's see what Jimmy Carroll can do this time. He's been in the front twice and put her out in the dirt down at the hairpin here twice in a row. Let's see if he can get through the third one. Not bad. Welcome in, Mark Manson.
G'day, Paul. How's it going, mate?
Not too bad. Not too bad. The V8 Supercars here at Symmons Plains. Oh, a bit of carnage going on there. That's Redhead round. Also Brader and Jimmy Carroll had a bit of a moment there for a start. He might have started it all off, in fact, but it's Pateman that snuck through.
Still down in second though, Jimmy. Lost it colours. Just watched them in the weekend. They didn't have a very good weekend. Old lost it.
No, a lot of these guys here tonight are having trouble through that first left-hander there, Mark, all the way through. Oh, in fact, that's Jimmy Carroll. He obviously stopped for a penalty mid-track, and it got collected by Dylan Dalrymple, who's out in the dirt. It's going to fall to the back. Oh, in fact, that's Jimmy Carroll, I should say.
Looks like he's having a penalty now.
Yeah. Pretty harsh on the penalties tonight, going out in the dirt. That's Dalrymple there in the Monster Energy one there, down in fourth place. But it's Pateman from Paul Hammond, the newbie.
Second.
Sitting there in second at the moment. Got Redhead not too far away in the Shell V-Power. It's Paul Hammond's first race night here tonight, Mark. Oh, there we go. The Monster Energy there of Dylan Dalrymple once again. Not too sure whether he got turned around there or not, but yeah, we were a couple of cars within Cooey.
Probably did. He's been the star of the Tier 2s.
Certainly has. And look at this. Paul Latu all over the back of Hamish Brader. Locks the rears up. Paul Latu.
Outbraked himself there.
And it takes the inside curve. He might have to stop for a penalty there, Paul Latu.
Driving like Stanaway.
Yeah.
Big disappointment.
So, that's Paul Hammond getting into a bit of trouble there. He's lost a spot. Might lose another one here. As here comes Brader in the Red Bull entry. We'll try and have a wee sneak down the outside as they head down to the hairpin. Still hammering up the inside. As I was saying, Mark, it's his first race night here tonight. He's just been coming in, doing a few laps, and ended up in the Tier 2.
Paul, wouldn't want to be in that car.
No, I said that first thing, Mark. But,
He's got a penalty there, just stopped.
Yeah, the old Jack Smith livery, isn't it?
Hasn't gone much better for Evans, Jackson Evans, is it?
No, Jackson Evans, yeah, it's been in the wars, that's for sure. As Hamish Brader's in the wars from third place. Dalrymple goes through up to third. Brader drops down to fourth. Where's the rest of them?
Look at that. Plenty of penalties by the look of it.
Plenty of penalties. I mean, where's the rest of them? Here they come now. Latu in the background there with Hammond tucked in behind him.
Pateman's run away with it by the look of it.
Once again, Jimmy Carroll, though, having a mare of a night.
First to last. 2 laps.
So, let's see what Pateman can do. It's not often we see him out there in front, if he can hang on to it. We know Redhead's a big charger. And so's Dalrymple, but they've all got work to do because, like you say, he's cleared out a bit there, Michael Pateman. Only takes one mistake though. And there goes Dalrymple from third.
Plenty of work to do from there.
There's Redhead. Just see how far ahead our leader is. Can't actually see him on shot. There he is there.
6 odd seconds, is it?
Look at that. And in the background there, can't even see second place man coming into shot. There he is there. The fastest lap of the race, Dylan Dalrymple, 53.02. Oh, look in the fronts up there. See, a lot of these guys have been driving the V8 Utes, Mark, and they're pretty much got the old ABS on them, but these things here don't. So locking a lot of brakes up.
So we're still a few seconds away from the Tier 1 guys. The 53, Tier 1 guys, 51, 52.
Yeah.
Pretty quick round here.
That's right.
Tough track though, especially that hairpin.
Fastest lap of the race now goes to Michael Pateman, 53.008. So the time is coming down. There goes Brader, sitting there in fourth, pretty much out on his own. Very, very touchy in the rear end, these things, by the look of it.
Yeah.
Through the second part of that long left-hand curve. Reel off another one. There goes Hammond, sitting there in sixth place. He's got 20 seconds over Jimmy Carroll.
Can't even see him on screen.
There's Brader. Long way behind third place man. There's Dalrymple. He's halfway up the back straight. And on a fast lap at the moment, trying to chase down
Redhead.
Dallas Redhead. Purple and the green sector. Let's see if he can keep it together through here. So they're all having trouble with understeer out into the grass. Got it right this time. On board with him as he comes down across the line. Hard on the brakes, a tricky wee braking zone there, and then a lot of understeer going out into the grass. So good lap, 53.2. Did lose a bit of time somewhere though, because he should have set the fastest lap there going by what we've seen.
5 laps to go. Well, look at that.
Hard on the brakes.
Tight corner that one.
Just see the drop down there, and then the uphill run up the back straight. Can't quite see what gear he's in on the dash there, but be up to about 5th or 6th. Just drop that down, 5th. Yeah, might pick 6th, but probably just keep it there and rev the nuts out of it. No, pick 6th. Chop it down to 3rd, down to 2nd. Oh, here we go. You see that hard on the wheel when she was understeering out to the outside curb, but oversteer mid-corner. So very difficult to drive.
Catching though. Not too far behind now. 4 to go.
Yeah, just a couple of seconds. You can see that there was no one in shot there a couple of laps ago, Mark, and now he's
easy to make a mistake here on this hairpin. 2 different lines they take here, high and low.
Yeah. Up the back straight. So Redhead sitting second at the moment, a long way back though from Pateman. Pateman's been on fire in the second race. See the front of the car drop down as I hit the brakes. Oh, he's going real wide there on the apex.
Yeah, this looked like Dalrymple locked the brake there. Bit of smoke coming off.
So he comes across the line with 3 laps to go. So not a lot of them taking that inside curb there through that first left-hand corner at turn 1. Downhill straight here, down to the hairpin, and drops down again, then heads back uphill.
Rumpel just on the quickest lap there, Paul, 52.086. So he's chasing hard.
Chasing hard. You're dead right about that.
Half that gap in that lap nearly.
It's looking out the back window of second place Mandela's Redhead.
Looking back in the mirrors.
Looking back to Dalrymple. And only a second and a bit between the two of them. Hard on the braking zone.
Be watching him, trying to get his braking right. This corner's tight one.
Using all the curve in the background there. Getting a wee bit out of the grass there, Redhead.
There he
He's got
goes.
a penalty, he's got to stop.
Just
Away
like
he
that.
goes again.
And through goes Rick Dalrymple.
Luckily, Hamish Bader and Paul Latu are having their own wee battle here.
Yeah, throwing it around there. It's Hamish.
Pretty twitchy in the front and between the gear changes there, isn't it? You can see them moving around a bit.
Power down properly.
Of course, these things have got a fixed axle mark, so that's why a lot of it's got understeer. You've really got to throw that arse end in.
Oh, hit the fence there, did Hamish?
It's about the third or fourth time he's been in there tonight.
There he goes on the brakes down here. So different lines, wide, one low.
The old long-haired Latu there on the Isuzu trucks.
Yeah, it's not quite close enough. Lost a bit of ground there.
Yeah. Trying to do the old late break around the outside. A couple of laps left to go. This is the battle for fourth and fifth. A bit of a brake lock up there from Bader. Manages to pull it up though, and
He
Latu
ran wide on the grass. That'll be a
was too busy watching him. The old eyes opened up a bit and ended up overshooting it himself. Here comes Hammond up a spot.
Up to fifth.
Be a good wee. If you can grab another one, it'd be pretty good. But Bader's out in his own there in fourth place. As Redhead takes a lot of that inside grass there on the inside of that hairpin. There goes Dalrymple.
Out in second by himself now by a long way. 10 seconds behind Pateman in the lead.
There's the race leader, Michael Pateman.
Last lap.
And got plenty of time up his sleeve. 10 seconds back to Dylan
Jimmy runs
Dalrymple.
off. It's lap Jimmy.
Jimmy Carroll, I should say. Having a bit of a mare of a night tonight.
There he goes through this hairpin. Good line there. Out wide. Keeps the speed up.
Yeah, he's not doing anything fancy, just doing what he's got to do out in front there.
Brakes glowing.
Heads up the back straight for the last time tonight for Michael Pateman. He'll come back a wee bit later on for the endurance race. And down through the right, the left-hander I should say, through there nicely. The second left-hander here doesn't seem to be too bad. It's that first section to come down and take the race win. Michael Pateman, good stuff from him. And we should see Dylan Dalrymple in the Monster Energy areas here come through for second. Quite a wee margin between those two. Redhead will come through for third in the end after serving the odd penalty. And here comes Bader as well, being involved in a bit of argy-bargy there really on in the race. Come through and take fourth place. And it'll be a good effort from Paul Hammond too, if he can get it round. Here he is now. Come round and finish fifth. And then it will be Paul Latu and Jimmy Carroll will finish a lap down. So good stuff there. Congratulations Michael Pateman on the win. Not under any pressure at all for that race. And probably the one that made the least mistakes. Great stuff there from the Tier 2 mark. We'll strap the Tier 1 guys in a couple of minutes. Just have a wee yarn with Paul Hammond. Paul, the first race night for you tonight, a fifth place finish. What do you think of that? Pretty good?
Yeah, just learning. So yeah.
A bit different having cars around you as opposed to just being out on the track by yourself.
Yeah, that's dead right. Makes it a bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Certainly does, but a fifth place finish, got to be happy with that.
Yeah, apart from being disqualified the first one, but that's all right.
Yeah, that happens. And you're not the only one. So congratulations. We'll catch you a wee bit later on in the endurance race. So it'll be the same for the Tier 1, though we'll have a 5-minute qualifying session, then we'll 12-lap race, and then we'll reverse them up again. The V8 Supercars at Symmons Plains, and of course a little bit later on, Mark, I think we've got Laguna Seca tonight too. Yes, we do have Laguna Seca a little bit later on tonight too.
Is that the Enduro?
Both.
Yeah, what's the teams? You got the teams?
It's the team's yet to be decided by the looks of it, or has he got it written down? So in the end, a 10-second win there for Michael Pateman over Dylan Dalrymple. Another 5 seconds back to Reed Head, and then Brader, Hammond, Latu and Carroll. So looking forward to the Laguna Seca one. I haven't done that for a while since back in
It's been one of my favourite tracks. Eh?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. What are they driving up there?
They'll still be driving the V8 Supercar, but at Laguna Seca. Oh, is it?
Yeah, Trans Am there, Paul. They'll be
Trans
pretty
Am.
tough to drive around there too.
Well, I'd
Take it
say
heavy.
probably a bit more go, I'd say, than these V8 Supercars.
Yeah, they might be a bit harder to handle. Eh?
Bit more downforce.
Yeah, probably none.
Yeah, the old TA2s trying to take off in New Zealand. I think they've got about 10 odd cars.
Yeah, watching them on the weekend. They were running in the support series over in Aussie.
Yeah,
Quite a good field of them actually.
Yeah, good field in Australia.
Yeah, they
Hopefully we'll have a Trans-Tasman battle again like we used to back in the sports sedans days.
Be good. Get Bones back in one bit of a run. He had a few races last season.
That's right, he did too, didn't he? And Paul Manuel's been a big instigator of the TA2 here in New Zealand.
Yeah, he was the
former
behind it.
Former champion himself from the early days of the VL Commodores, of the Trans Am series, and then went on to the NZ V8s.
Yeah, Daisy used to have 30 odd here. They were the good days.
Good old days. Only 7 here tonight though at Symmons Plains. I'll just have a lap or two, just a bit of a sighter, and then we'll go into a 5-minute qualifying session. And tonight, who have we got on the smorgasbord? Billy Manson, Alex Sprague, Johnny Small, Blair Gabbardy's a new one here tonight. Nick McPherson, Braden Carroll and Morgan Dorr, the usual suspects. But be interesting to see how Blair Gabbardy's goes tonight. He's been pretty quick here by himself, just running, singularly.
Yeah, number 5 on the leaderboard up there.
But it's a different story when you've got other cars around you. So we'll see how he can handle that. Being chased and following. No doubt he's done a fair bit of stuff at home. As 5, it must be a 4-minute qualifying, is it there, Billy? Yeah, short tracks, a 4-minute qualifying. McPherson there as he's drawn the short straw.
Get on to it.
Logistics.
The penalties are pretty high tonight, so you have to be on track. Get onto it pretty quickly.
That's right. It's amazing how much. Who's that going through the SG Logistics?
Yeah, that looks like
someone really losing it. Taking a couple of them out. Alex Sprague's got the Red Bull livery tonight.
Who's in the truck? Who's in the
SC Logistics? That was
truck assist car as well. Who's in that?
Not too sure. Is Alex Sprague just
not what anyway?
Warming those tyres up. So Johnny Small, he's been on fire the last couple of weeks. Oh, look at that, just locking them brakes up, getting a wee bit greedy there. It's Manson in the Isuzu trucks. Premier Racing
might have been Door.
Camaro.
It's Morgan Door there in the Heingartner colours.
Yep. So Johnny Small, he's been on fire the last couple of weeks here, Mark, for the getting towards the pointy end of the Series 3 Championship, and actual fact took a round 1 out. Gets out of shape, Morgan Dorr. A lot of them have been driving these utes with The old ABS, you really stand on the brake pedal and they'll pull up quite nicely, whereas these things here, try and stand on their brake pedal and they just lock up.
Small in the truck assist car pull.
So just under 2 minutes left in qualifying.
Yeah, need to get a good lap in.
Need to get a good 1 or 2 laps. He's Braden Carroll doing what his old man done there for the last couple of 3. Oh, who's that getting out of shape? I think that was him.
Yeah.
Up sideways there, flying through the air in the Castrol car. So 54.8, so we've got a wee way to go yet, Mark, before we get down there. Like you said, 51s, we've seen them.
Should be on a flying lap this time. Hopefully, see what Alex Spray can pull out.
Oh, look at that, very late on the brakes. Purple on the first sector for
Johnny Small.
Alex. Johnny Small on the V-Power entry by looks of that. Up around the right-hand kink, heading down towards this double left-hander. And this is the trouble corner for a lot of people tonight.
Yeah, it's way tighter than what it looks.
2 purple sectors here for Alex Sprague and the Red Bull Camaro. Oh, getting a wee bit out of shape there, Johnny Small. Alex Sprague will go through a 52.7 to take P1 at the moment.
Billy just goes through in the 53, take P2.
Johnny Small a 54.1. Morgan Door 54.16. We should see these at times come down a wee bit more there.
May get another lap. 24 seconds
Maybe,
to go.
yeah.
Get another flyer, but
be pretty tight.
yeah.
There's Johnny Small sitting here in third's gone fastest in that middle sector. Down into the hard braking zone. And
It's through there, all right.
through there, very good. And comes down with, no, he's not going to get another lap, and that's going to be his time at Johnny Small. Alex Sprague does a 52.5. Johnny Small a 52.9. Billy Manson sitting third at the moment there, 53.3. Pretty close. And keep an eye on Blair Gabbities. I think he could still be out there. So that's the way they're going to start. It's going to be Sprague from Small on the front row, then Manson Carroll on the second row, Gabbities and Dorr, and then McPherson will start off the back there of the 7 runners. 12-lap race, race 1 for the night for the Fast 7. So, it can take a wee while for these lights to really come on. And of course you can't pick first gear until those lights go out, so you can't sit there with your foot on the clutch in the first gear. You actually sit there with your foot on the clutch and then wang her in as soon as those lights go out. See who's got the best reactions, away we go. Pretty good from the front too.
Well, it's got a bit of a spin.
Bit of a battle going in behind there, but it's going to be the inside running there for Alex Sprague, and that pushes Johnny Small out in the dirt. And here's a half spin, around the outside goes Blair Gabbities.
Yeah, good start from Braden Carroll as well.
Yeah, Braden Carroll.
Up to fourth.
Bit of a shocker there for Johnny Small.
Yeah, bit of work to do. Let's have a look at this hairpin.
Getting out of shape. Braden
himself.
Carroll it was.
Yeah.
And down in the braking zone, McPherson into the side of the SC Logistics car. It's Nick McPherson. It's a wee bit of argy-bargy there at the first time into the hairpin as they go up the straight for the first lap of the first race for the night for the Tier 1s, or the Fast 7 I should say, down in this tricky corner. Who's been watching, who's been learning from the Tier 2 drivers? So McPherson, good start from him. He started down the back of the pack, so he's made 3 spots already out of that melee that was down at turn 1.
Yeah,
Morgan Dorr there.
Let's watch this hairpin come down now. A lot of speed going into that, catches him out.
Morgan Dorr sitting in 5th. Got Blair Gabbities tucked in behind him. Here's Gabbities there in the Shell V-Power livery. Oh, Braden Carroll once again hitting that wall. Just seems to be locking the rears up and in he goes.
Too many straight pedals on that.
I think you've got to just really take your time putting that pedal down, not really pushing her in too quick and locking those rears up. And I think also too, Mark, not chopping down the gears too quickly either. You can chop them down pretty quick with these sequentials.
Yep. A couple off track there.
Yeah, McPherson. Down another couple of spots, down to 6. And in fact, he's going to go to the back of the pack again, because through goes Braden Carroll.
And Gavities went through first.
Through turn 1.
From the back of Morgan Door, those guys.
So he's undone that good start that he had.
Yeah, good wee battle here, the three of them. See how they go through this hairpin. Different lines are just the Castrol cars had a fair bit of trouble there.
Oh, Braden Carroll once again.
Yeah, braked himself
He's getting better, but
didn't hit the fence that time.
had all 4 wheels locked up, that's for sure. Good battle going on here.
Yeah.
Gavity's now having a look at Morgan Door. Might try and have a wee go around the outside.
Hanging out there, not quite.
Not quite side by side with him. Now you have to pull back in here into this left-handed 90 degree.
It's the braking.
But Braden Carroll tugged him behind too. You'd be a wee bit nervous about that. He runs wide, Blair Gavity. So does
McPherson, was it?
McPherson, I think it was. So he's still sitting 5th there, Blair Gavities. And he's got Nick McPherson all over the back of him. Nick's done plenty of racing down here at HOSS. And like I was saying, it's Blair's first race night here. And with the big boys down the hairpin, locking those rears up again, then the front. They're all over the place with the brakes and these things.
Those tyres will be shot.
Not even halfway through the race yet.
Alex Sprague, 52.8. Billy Manson, a 52.7.
Yeah, so they're pretty close, aren't they, at the moment, time-wise? Johnny Small, 53.2.
Yeah, he's only a second back. Doesn't look that far. Here he is there on screen now in the truck assist.
Yeah, Alex Sprague just going through in a 52.5, so those times slowly coming down, but still a long way off those 51s that we were talking about.
On board here with Small.
Yeah, you still got the front 2 cars within sight anyway.
Yeah.
They're only a mistake away. Hard braking down to the hairpin.
Lock up
Turn her in. Full lock there, you can see with the old 2-handed grab. Pull the thing round and then head up the straight.
Yeah, into 6 briefly and chop her back down again.
We'll turn a bit of sound up here as we go on board with Johnny Small. This is this difficult corner. You can just
got her a bit out of shape there.
Yeah, you can see on the wheel, couldn't you? The old rear wanted to come out a bit. Should be a wee bit of oversteer here somewhere. No, kept it pretty good, Johnny Small.
Yeah.
Hard on the brakes down into turn 1. Not a lot of people taking that curb with any great authority tonight. They seem to be staying off it.
Could run way a bit wide on that curb.
So he's still not he's not far away from Manson though, is he really?
Seems to be catching.
Half a dozen odd car lengths.
Yeah, half a second. Nearly a second.
Just lost a bit of time then trying to get the power down, Mark, and around she come a bit. This battle's still continuing further down. Gavity's trying to chase down Braden Carroll.
Yeah, having a good battle, these two.
Having a good battle. Not too far.
Back to Nicholas McPherson.
Down in the hard braking zone. Gavity's overshooting the corner. You can see that coming from a long way back. And it's, by rights it should be a penalty.
Just
Braden Carroll was lucky he didn't get taken out.
He might have just tapped him, but no real damage. A quick lap there by Alex Sprague, a 52.077. That's pretty fast.
That's just what I was saying, Mark, about Gavity's not being out there racing with all the cars around you. A bit of a crash between these two.
Billy said a moment, and Gavity's right on the back of him. Johnny Small's right on the back of him, I should say.
Give him a wee nudge there, in the middle of the hairpin.
Yeah, been a bit of history between these two.
So on board with Manson, looking back at Johnny Small. Be patient through there. A good line there from Manson.
Yeah, better line through there.
And just opens up that gap a wee bit back to Johnny Small. Gives himself a safe wee margin down into turn 1.
Just seem to have a wee bit more trouble getting the power down to Small.
Down the front straight.
What do we got? 4 to go, is it? 3 to go.
4 to go. Down the braking zone, needs to watch Johnny Small now. Just close up under brakes.
Yeah, see how he gets through this corner.
You just see
This
how,
one's a bit wide.
see how big of a drop down it is there in that corner. Really
Yeah, isn't it?
drops the car down into it. And then down this big long back straight here at Symmons Plains. Not a big lap.
50 seconds, not far.
Johnny Small close up again under brakes.
Yeah, about as long as you're beautiful, a bit longer.
It seemed like they got that corner sussed as Alex Sprague goes through in the 51s, a 51.99. It was only a matter of time before he got down that far.
Yes, certainly on fire. Good battle still between Manson and Small.
Sprague's got a 6.5 second lead back to Manson.
And
then,
then sideways coming out of that corner is Johnny Small, spinning the back wheels up.
Braden Carroll back there in 4th place. Long way back from these three. And not too far behind him, Nick McPherson. So Morgan Dorr must have had a moment there somewhere too. He's fallen a long way back behind Blair Gabbardies.
Yeah, he might have got a penalty. He's 20 odd seconds back from the last guy.
As I was saying before, Mark, some tracks they dish out lots of penalties and other tracks hardly any. And obviously tonight you only got to get it 4 wheels out in that grass and you're in the shit really, aren't you?
Well, it's pretty good actually.
Well, it is, because then it stops people trying to gain advantage.
Been a
Get a wee bit out of shape, Manson just manages to pull the thing up. All the brake rotors.
So we get a bit in that corner though. Luckily.
Up
But
the
yeah,
back.
just those penalties keep the drivers in check a bit, Paul. There's been a fair bit of biff.
That's right, yeah. That's right, we've had Billy Rowley being the adjudicator, looking back at replays and dishing out the penalties where they are needed.
Yep, fair enough. So just that gap opening up a bit there with 1 to go on it.
There'll be 2 to go.
It's on lap.
I'll get the last lap board next time through. So he's still got 2 laps, Johnny Small. Just try and keep the pressure on the back of Manson there in the new Premier Racing entry. Forget about Alex Sprague though, he's out to 7.5 seconds now, just coming out of the hairpin. In fact, going to put a lap on Gabbardies, who you see serving a penalty.
Just
up the back straight.
Just allowed Johnny Small just to catch that, halve that gap really.
And see, he was later on the brakes as we're on board now with Johnny Small heading up through the right-handed kink.
Just got a back marker in the road up here.
This Billy Gabbardies, he'll stay out of the way, doing a good job. Close up under brakes, Johnny Small.
Yeah, he's right on the back of Billy now, there's 1 lap to go.
He's got a good drive on him now as they come down to get the last lap board this time. What can he do under brakes? There's no real passing moves here through turn 1. Gets a wee bit out of shape there.
He does.
Manson using a wee bit of that inside curve and turn 1 up the front straight through the right-handed kink.
So
what can
John's hairpin now?
Yeah, this is where he's going to have to get the job done. It's going to have to be here, but he's nowhere near close enough.
Brakes, no. He just got a wee bit out of shape braking again.
Manson keeps it tidy.
Gets the drive out of that corner. Still close though.
Yep, just got that one difficult corner to get through now for Billy Manson, and he should hold on to that 2nd place. Forget about the race leader though. He'll just about be coming around for the checkered flag. Here he comes, Alex Sprague, the Red Bull Impol car. Takes the race win for the Fast 8 tonight.
2nd place.
Billy Manson will come through, take 2nd. Johnny Small will take 3rd.
Good battle, those 2.
And if we go back to 4th place, Morgan Dorr, see where he is. He's already gone through.
This is McPherson coming through now.
Yeah, and 4th place.
Braden Carroll there coming through at the back.
Braden Carroll, so Morgan Dorr's falling down the timesheet somewhere. And Braden Carroll, in the end, gets 5th after hitting the wall a couple of 3 times. And here's the rest of them coming through. And Gabbardies will come through a lap down to finish in 7th, but another good race win there to young Alex Sprague. Right, we'll reverse them up. 2nd race of the night for the Tier 2, Blair Gabberty's the Morgan Door in the front row from Carroll, Johnny Small. This will be a good race for Johnny Small to get.
Yeah, I'll just be sitting back at this first corner waiting on these front guys to bin it.
So Alex Sprague will start off the back. So actually no one starting off the front row of the group. Gabby's has got an order of himself. Waiting on the lights now, 6 lights. And we're off. Gabby should lead them down to the first corner. There's a bit of sideways action going on behind from Braden Carroll. Oh, gets rid of hitting from behind. There, Braden Carroll.
He just outscored.
On Blair Gabberty's. He's gone to the back of the pack already. Still going on up through the rear right hand kink.
Oh, into the fence. That was McPherson.
Here comes Carroll back. So Carroll's managed to fight his way back to third.
Yeah, break himself there. Billy will go through the inside.
That's right, 3 wide on the exit.
Get out of that sandwich, mate.
So Manson now tucked in behind Braden Carroll. Good start from Johnny Small up to second. And Morgan Dorr out in front at the moment in the Andre Heimgartner livery car. Cold tyres into this left-hander.
Yeah, everyone's safe through there.
Pretty safe.
Carroll, I should say.
Still Morgan Dorr hanging on though from Johnny Small. Then Braden Carroll as we come down to complete lap 1. Down to turn 1. Not too sure if he got a hit from behind there. Johnny Small is going to come through into the side of Morgan Dorr as well. Morgan Dorr goes around. I think that might have been Braden Carroll set that all off.
Yeah, I think there was a tap there just.
And Morgan Dorr will be spitting in his chips about that one.
So 3 goes Billy Manson and Alex Sprague.
Yeah, Sprague up
back to third.
Sprague up to second already.
Yeah,
Johnny Small just hit
the carnage.
So it's status quo for the top 3, but Billy Manson it is that leads this time from Sprague, then Small. This is going to be a good wee battle here between these 3. Nick McPherson sitting in 4th, Braden Carroll, Morgan Dorr, and of course Blair Gabberty's getting taken out there at turn 1. He was a wee bit offline though, but got taken out.
Braked himself. Another guy went up his ass. But this could just play into Billy's hands a wee bit if these 2 battle it out.
Keep an eye on these 2. There's Sprague.
And Small.
He's got plenty of time though. He's got 10 laps.
Alex just
trying to do something. Bit of a battle here in the background. Nick McPherson, Braden Carroll having a look around the outside.
Yeah. Oh, just 1 wide again. Outbraked himself again.
So Nick McPherson hangs on to that. So there's going to be some good battles through here, especially if these top 3 start holding each other up a bit.
Yeah, I think Small's just closed in on Alex Sprague a bit there on that lap.
Braden Carroll looks pretty racy there in the Castrol Mustang all over the back of the SCT Camaro. It's probably the highest up that car's ever run at 4th place.
Yeah, dead right. The straightest of panels I've ever been.
Lap 3, so it's still a wee way to go. Here comes Carroll having another wee sniff round the outside.
Yeah, we goes in the braking zone this time. He's
not deep enough
though. Trouble down here.
Try and do the old up and under.
Yeah, if you can get the draft, hang wide, but no, he's not close enough.
He won't have the right line through the rest of it anyway, so McPherson hangs on to that. Still Billy Manson out in front though, from Alex Sprague.
Yeah, Johnny Small, McPherson. Braden Carroll, there's the battle between these 2. Oh, he's outbraked himself, Braden Carroll.
Yeah, lose a few lengths here. McPherson gets out of shape himself. Allows Carroll back on the back of him. Might have a wee sniff up the inside, is he, Carroll?
Get it quite right. He had the speed on.
Oh, he's looking all over the place like a mad woman shit there, Braden Carroll.
Yeah, I think he's
back down the front straight.
So yeah, they go down at the braking zone here. It's going to be
heading down to the Braden Carroll wall.
Just locked her up at the front.
Oh, he's got the job done this time.
Up high there.
McPherson getting a bit of air time into the outside wall, allows Braden Carroll up to 4th place. Here goes Johnny Small, not really making inroads into Alex Sprague.
Alex has gapped him a bit there.
Certainly has. In fact, he's
Billy.
catching up on Billy Manson. These two have had some epic battles over the last year or two, Mark.
Yeah.
Probably the top two drivers down here at HOSS would be these two.
Yep, definitely.
Alex would obviously have to be number one, Billy a close number two.
Yeah, Alex is something special, isn't he?
Right, got a good run this time.
Yeah.
On board with
look on the brakes.
Billy Manson.
Got the inside line.
Try and go up the inside, locks the brakes up. So does Alex Sprague.
Yeah, both of them there.
And Manson locked them up, I should say, and through goes Alex Sprague. He had like the brakes up too, Alex. You seen him turn the wheel in and just kept going straight. But anyhow, pressure paid off.
Back up.
Pressure paid off, and he eventually got through these top two. So now Johnny Small will be trying to hunt down Billy Manson for that second place.
That was about the last battle they had in the last race. But Alex just gapped him by a second and a bit by the look of that.
52.3 that time for Alex Sprague, and 53.8 for Billy Manson. Johnny Small 52.5 that last lap.
That's
So
a quick lap.
gained a wee bit of time. These two were trying to sort themselves out down at the hairpin.
Yeah, he's visibly closer, but see the line they take through there.
Only a couple of passing moves really on the whole track, and the hairpin would have to be the number one. But you got to be right on the tail. Up through the right-handed kink. Small, have a wee dive up the inside, Willie, this time, not close enough.
No. Oh, Billy just ran wide.
A bit of
up the door for Small.
Couple of touch between the two of them, still side by side, down to come across the stripe.
I think Billy got the run.
Manson comes back at him though. He goes Small up the inside with a bit of a late dive there. Manson might try the crossover, but looks like he's got the job done. Here's Johnny Small. There's Alex Sprague. Sets the fastest lap of the race at 52.2. So now he's going to gap it a bit, and he's got no pressure. These two fighting amongst themselves in behind.
Yeah. So gets the drive out of there.
Battle still continuing between McPherson and Braden Carroll as well. And the other two further back have got a 10-second gap around themselves. This is where the battle is though. Billy Manson and the Isuzu trucks sitting there in third place. Johnny Small just starting to
gap him a wee bit. Good lap there by Alex Small, 52.2.
He's keeping it nice and consistent. Oh, there's that Johnny Small from second.
Spins it. The grass.
Spins it out of turn one. Going to go down a few spots there. He'll be bloody. We're not too happy about that one as Manson goes through to second. Nick McPherson up to third, and who's that sneaking through as well?
Looked like Blair Gavities.
Blair Gavities it was.
In the Shell V-Power car.
Taking the opportunity while it was there. So it's fallen down to sixth place now, Johnny Small.
Yeah, well, that's the pressure, I guess.
Yep. So Billy Manson will be all on his own now. Just be concentrating on Alex Sprague up in front.
Yeah, well, Alex got nearly 6 seconds on him by the look of that.
So Nick McPherson sitting there in third place.
Not too far behind Billy, actually.
No, not too far at all. In fact, Braden Carroll's there as well. And who's this having troubles? Two of them.
2 penalties.
Blair Gavities and Johnny Small.
Better pull it up. Stop it, Blair. Oh, he's away again.
He's underway again. So a couple of penalties here. In fact, looks like Gavities has come into the pits. Might have got disqualified, perhaps.
Sure, what went on?
Come in for a reset.
Pull with the sun. Or too much damage.
You know, he's been disqualified, Blair Gavities, by the looks of it. So Alex Sprague it still is from Manson. Then we go back to this battle here.
McPherson and Carroll.
52.07 now. Alex Sprague getting quicker and quicker every lap, all the way out in the grass. Goes McPherson.
Oh, he's in the pits.
He's in the pits too. He's out. So he's copped a penalty.
Yeah.
Didn't stop to. If you get a penalty mark, it comes up on your screen up above you, and if you're not concentrating,
start finish line.
if you don't see it, And you come across the line without serving that penalty, and that's a disqualification. You must stop before you cross that line. So 2 drivers out with disqualifications.
Up to 3rd. Johnny Small to 4th.
Faster in the middle sector there for Alex Sprague. Let's see what he does this time. Perhaps try and do another 51-second lap as he comes through. 52.046, goes faster again, but
Last lap for him. Big gap back to Billy, 9 seconds.
going to make it 2 from 2 there in the Red Bull Camaro.
Yep.
Billy Manson will be another second place. But Raiden Carroll, he's been all over the place tonight.
Don't know how he got there, but
Finds himself in 3rd place, albeit maybe a couple of decisions there might be looked at from the race adjudicator, Billy Rowley, after the race.
pretty much dealt with him during the race.
And maybe a 10-second time penalty, which should put him back a wee bit further. But Johnny Small back up to 4th after falling down to 6th. Being helped out by a couple of disqualifications there. As he comes through to take the checkered flag, Alex Sprague. Another race win. Here goes Manson. Keeping it nice and tidy in the Isuzu Trucks Camaro. And we'll take 2nd. And not too far behind the first of the Mustangs there, Braden Carroll. We'll take 3rd, and then we should go back to Johnny Small. There's more Johnny Small there, and the Truck Assist Mobil 1 Mustang will come through in 4th at the end of the race. And a long way back to Morgan Dorr. And of course Nick McPherson, Peter Gabbity's getting those penalties. Just looking at some of the replays now. Race adjudicator looking at turn 1 for race 2 for the Fast 8. Of course we had Blair Gabbity's there.
I think he outbraked himself. And he
braked himself, but I think he still could have got around that corner and then get cleaned up from behind from Braden Carroll.
Yeah,
comes down here, stays wide, and then he got a good punt off the track there. There's no way that... I still think he could have got around that corner, but it would have been on that high outside line.
Yeah, a bit of bump and crash there as well.
And she was all on 3 wide. It was coming out of the hip in that first lap. Having another wee look here, and another bump there. And now that really just destroyed Johnny Small's first lap there anyway.
Yeah, he recovered quite well though.
He recovered pretty good in the end to 4th place. So Braden Carroll from that 3rd position might be looking at a wee bit of a time penalty mixed in there.
Just while you're there, so the next race is a sprint, so we're going to do a 5-minute quality and a 7-lap race in HOSS at Laguna Seca in the Trans Am. After that we've got a 24-lap race with your partner with a pit window of 11 to 14 laps. The endurance race, or the 24-lap race, double points, so every 3 races beforehand for each tier is 25 points. That race is 50 points each partner, so it carries quite a bit of weight. Make sure that you are,
What car for
the TA2 Trans Am. That's the V8's done now, we've done that. So for that Supercars Championship thing, those points are decided from what we've done already. So what happens from now doesn't affect Supercars Championship, just tier 2, top 8 is the overall thing. Sense? Clear as mud.
As long as you know what you're doing.
If you look like you're doing it, you can fake it.
Right, so just loading in the next track, which is going to be Laguna Seca, just outside of Monterey over there in California. And the Tier 2 drivers will get strapped back in.
His big Trans Am.
And the TA2 Trans Ams. It'll be interesting to see how these things look and sound.
It'll be pretty
good Dallas Reed here today. So
take a fair bit of driving these big things.
Bit of hanging on.
A lot of aero, a lot of power. Not a lot of aero and tough to brake, I'd imagine, especially around the
Laguna Seca, lots of ups and downs.
Yeah,
and
a couple of tight corners there and a couple of fast ones.
Of course, the famous corkscrew. It's an 18-metre elevation change.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah.
So if you stand 3 lengths of pipe up on top of one another, that's how much the elevation is.
Yeah, it's deceiving, all right.
And of course, the left-right as well, and a bit of a blind brow can make it very interesting racing, especially in the TA2 Trans Ams. I think we'll have a 5-minute qualifying, I think, maybe for these guys, and then a 7-lap race.
So the car we're putting you in is whatever car you did you qualified in is what we'll put you in.
So just looking at the times up on the HOSS leaderboard here for the month. Alex Sprague, unsurprisingly at the top, a 1:29.1.
29.
Billy Manson, the second fastest, a 1:29.2. And then a second further back to Morgan Dorr, third fastest, a 1:30.2. And then Johnny Small and the HOSS boss.
30.5.
A couple of the usuals not here tonight. Andrew Bruce, he's ninth on the leaderboard up there, a 1:31. So a couple of new drivers here tonight, enjoying the
Hospitality.
the hospitality down here at HOSS. Very well done, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want something to do in the school holidays, kids, get down here. There's plenty happening. There's a school holiday challenge. I think Levels in a transit van, did I see? Ruapuna in a transit van. Supercar, that's right, yeah. And mini golf, so 45 bucks to get down. Yeah, okay, so that's good value. 6 sessions, 45 bucks. Get the kids down here, get them out of the house for a couple of hours.
So Laguna Seca just outside of Monterey County in California. Lap record unofficially marked set by Toyota test driver Ricardo Zonta, ex-Formula 1 driver, 106.3. And previous record was held by Helio Castroneves in a champ car,
IndyCar.
107.7.
Right, I was watching Indy cars the other morning. At the Road America, was it? Dixon just had the wrong strategy leading to the last lap, Paul.
Yeah, just need another litre or so and it would have been all right.
Yeah, well, he was started off the back, unfortunately, and he had to pit stop early to try and get a strategy, but they just need another litre.
What's that? Oh, I'll find out this week. I just got a well, turn it up, Billy Rowley, because they sound pretty wicked.
They do.
And we're going to give them a 5-minute qualifying session now. The TA2s here at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, they sound pretty good.
They look pretty good too.
They do.
Number 19 there, Hamish Brader, the HOSS boss.
Hope car.
Hope race cars.
Lots of hope.
Yeah, everyone getting out of shape, just trying to get the things out of the track.
That's the first corner, slow.
Yes, slow as cold tyres. Things won't want to turn too good. They've got those big rear wings on the back. They're probably doing jack all really.
No, nothing.
You'd be doing a couple of 100 miles an hour for something like that to be
The
doing.
size of those tyres on the back. Huge.
Have any sort of effect. Of Of course, the TA2s are sort of been out for the last couple of 3 years, I guess. But a bit of a struggle to get them off the ground. No real notable drivers have got them in New Zealand. A lot of them are just businessmen.
They are, yeah.
A few ex-V8 Ute drivers have got them.
Yeah, there's a few of them are bringing in a driver to drive them for them.
Put the value of the chassis up a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
There goes Jimmy Carroll and the Caltech number 29. He goes the corkscrew first time.
That's
He gets the first 3 cars
Three there.
off over the inside. There's a set of 18-metre drop down that corkscrew. And they come down through here, just looking at the screens.
Yeah, the right-hander onto the front straight.
A lot of cold tyres here still. So take a lap or two to get the heat into these monsters. There's Redhead. He's in the holy moly, liquor moly colours tonight.
Yeah.
Number 21.
And flying down that front straight, and they got to brake hard to get around that left-hander. That through the S's there.
And I'd say he's turned a few laps in this thing, so
Just.
I was going to say he should be pretty on to it. Then he goes out in the dirt.
Yeah, hard to stop these things.
Left-hand drive too.
Yeah.
Just if you look at the screens, these drivers are positioned left-hand side of the cockpit. So just take a wee bit to get to know where your outside tyres are from the V8 Supercar.
Heading down that corkscrew now. Oh no, these two fast left-handers. The second one's the faster one.
Heading up the Rahal Straight, named after Bobby Rahal, who obviously was a big NASCAR driver back in the days.
Yep. Rahal Racing are still going.
Still going these days, yeah, that's right, with Graham Rahal, Bobby's son.
Your Gazette winning NASCARs in the weekend, last weekend. Road course, his favourite.
He does like his road courses. Doesn't like turning left all day.
Yeah, pretty tough work on those ovals, doing 250 mile an hour.
So we'll see what the time's going to be. Redhead at 1:34.9, first one to set a lap.
But not a bad time, really.
Not too bad. As I say, he's got out of shape though on his second lap.
Bombs over there.
Yeah. Jimmy Carroll goes through.
37, Paul Artu.
Yeah, so they've really yet to sort
Only
themselves
2
out.
times on the board so far.
Of course, if you do go off track and get a penalty or go off the track, it does discount your lap, so you've got to restart it. That's why you only see those 3 times up. So it's been a few of them off the track there on that first hot lap.
Dallas Redhead, he went off the track just then. He's just slowing right down there.
He's just cruising around looking for a wee bit of clear air there. He's probably only going to get one more run at it. Here's Dalrymple.
In the VRC car, like the shell colours.
He looks pretty cool. Colours like that. Reminds me a bit of the Trans Am days. The old Kane Scott sort of had a similar livery like that in one of the Mark Peach cars many years ago.
Yeah, the big bangers, weren't they?
Up the Rahal Straight. Hard braking zone, then turning left into the... Oh no, he's still going up the Rahal Straight.
Couple of purple sectors down the bottom there. Michael Pateman and
Hamish
HOSS.
Brader. There's Dalrymple. Of course, that's a blind coming over the top of the hill, so some of them still finding their way.
Yeah.
As Pateman goes through fastest, a 1:34.3 with a couple of purple sectors there. Just watching Dylan Dalrymple. Probably hasn't done as many laps around here, Dylan Dalrymple, as what Dallas Redhead probably has.
Jimmy Carroll.
As he comes around.
134 up
and he
second.
goes out into the kitty litter again. That'll put him out for that lap. Yeah, not too sure how much time's left on the clock. In fact, the time is up.
Time's up. And so
There's only a few of them out there that are going to set a quicker time. At the moment, Michael Pateman, it is the early race winner there in race 2 for the Tier 2 guys. Sitting on pole position, Jimmy Carroll, second
through that
fastest.
now, yeah, just waiting for.
Good lap from him, a 1:34.7 in purple in the first sector. Jimmy Carroll heads up the Rahal straight under the bridge. They call it a Rahal straight, but it's actually got that wee left-handed dip in it. On board with Jimmy now. This is what it's like on board, trying to find where the hell you're going here over the corkscrew, and you still can't see that apex till you really drop down, drop the nose down into it.
Not bad job though.
He's going pretty good, Jimmy, isn't he, at the moment?
P2, see what he can get over the line on this. He's got
A couple of corners left for him.
Yeah, it's just the power down there onto the front straight. Oh, he didn't get the
he
lap
missed
in.
out. But still, good
P2.
starting position for him, P2, but pole for
Paul
Michael
Latu.
Pateman.
Oh no.
Not too sure what's going on there with the timing screen. Dallas Redhead there in 6th, is it by the look of it?
Sure, what happened there?
Pateman in 4th.
Pateman was the quickest.
Yeah, not too sure what happened there. So waiting on the race start. Got the 5 lights, got the 6. Underway for the bit of a slow start off the front row of the grid there. Not too sure who that was, if that was Latu. And a Pateman it was, in fact. With the pole sitter. And he's managed to drop down to 3rd.
Reed got through the gap there.
Oh, he's
that's
out of shape there.
Looks like it
Looking
might have been.
sideways. Oh, just about everyone running wide through the first corner.
That's Redhead, wasn't it?
That's Redhead leads away from Pateman. Then it's a Jimmy Carroll. He's dropped down to a 3rd.
Oh,
and they're
both of them
following
wide
each other
there.
off. And that's Pateman from 2nd. Dropped down to 4th now. Oh, who's that coming on the inside? It was Latu, it was.
He was our leader at the start.
Probably had the ponytail.
Oh, the side was right, that one.
Well, Latu probably had the ponytail come round and flick him in the eyes and
We're like stock cars at the moment.
hitting him on the inside. So Pateman down to 4th. Dalrymple up to 2nd. So good start from Dylan Dalrymple. He started down there in about 5th or 6th position. And Hamish Brader up to 3rd, the HOSS boss.
Yeah. There we are with Hamish Brader there going down.
Down to the corkscrew. Left and right. How steep it is down through there. As Redhead leads the way.
Dalrymple 2nd. Brader 3rd.
Yeah, Pateman's got a bit of work to do. These are your top 4 cars right there.
Yep. Nothing
Well,
between
Brader
them.
goes wide.
Runs it wide.
Might allow Pateman up the inside, is it? Down into the
Yep.
last corner.
Still, it's
And
a
he
tight
down the
corner, that one.
Down the front straight.
Runs it wide again.
4 wheels out. Someone got out of shape and behind. Might have been Paul Hammond, I think. The newbie on the block from 6th place. Latu's had a bit of a shocker down there, running in 7th.
Hammond up to 5th there, Paul. Jimmy Carroll, that must have been. So Hammond's getting a bit of a baptism on these cars.
A lot of them putting a couple of wheels out in the dirt.
Yeah, I think they're doing a bit more. Oh, there's
Another one out
two of
there.
them following each other out there. That was
That was Pateman and Brader, both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
As they find their way around this Laguna Seca circuit. Around through the,
Pretty tough in these big things, isn't it?
and through the left-handed corner and run up the Rahal straight.
Yeah, the first one's a bit tighter. The next one you can carry your speed through.
So down they go into the corkscrew. They'll come out of the corkscrew and then they'll
What's happened there?
go into that left. Oh, Pateman's had a spin there in the corkscrew.
He did.
Come out of that corkscrew and you'll come down to that long left-handed curve, and that's called the Rainy Curve, Mark, named after the MotoGP Championship Superbike champion
Wayne
from
Rainey.
years ago, Wayne Rainey.
Yeah.
So this track does do a lot of motorbike racing on it.
Yeah,
It has
fast.
probably 50%.
Extremely fast
motorbikes.
track on them. Hamish Brader up to 3rd. Dalrymple still in second.
Yeah, so this is where the battle is.
Dallas Redhead, there's not much between them.
Redhead and Dalrymple. Bit of a gap back to Brader there in the background, who's a lonely third.
Yeah.
Paul Hammond. Oh, gets out of shape.
That's
Dylan Dalrymple, round he goes.
Just
Out
lost
into
the big
the marbles, allows Hamish Brader up to
into
second. There goes fourth place, man. He's a wee way
Way,
through the
yeah,
back.
it's Hammond. You might
So
just
Dalrymple gets it underway again. Back to third. Brader kicking up a wee bit of dust as well.
it's Brader on board with him now, second place.
Up over the top. Down through the corkscrew. It's
Bouncing
the
off that curb.
Round through this long curve, hit this corner here. That's called the rainy curve, that one, the downhill left-hander. And then round through turn 10. And then the final curve here, 11 corners. This is the 11th one now, back down onto the front straight. And then all the way down the front straight to the hairpin mark, named after Mario Andretti, the Andretti hairpin.
Yeah, not any better than him, but
He
Scott
doesn't.
Dixon's pretty close.
He's getting close, isn't he? One more, and I think he's got the
Yeah,
job
he's
done.
got one more to go, yeah.
So Brader there, second place now. Dalrymple just in the background in third. Not forcing any pressure though on
No, he's
to Hamish Brader.
struggling a wee bit on some of these corners.
So Paul Hammond doing a good job there, the newbie for the night, sitting there in
Yeah.
fourth place.
Sneaking around in fourth, kicking out of trouble. There he is there.
See, the front two cars, the only ones in the 30s mark, 135s, and you've got a 7-second gap.
Wow,
This is on
42.
the last lap anyway.
Yeah, 42.
42 from
42.
Dalrymple after that spin. Hammond a 43, Pateman 41, Jimmy Carroll 41. And old Latu, he's at the back of the pack there. I think he might have got the bunch of having a bit of a problem there.
Bateman on the back of Hammond now, putting a bit of pressure on him. They go up to these left-handers. There's a
Coming
touch.
together between the two of them.
I think Hammond, Pateman had the line there, really.
Yeah, I think
Just turned
Pateman
it-
tried to have a wee sniff up the inside.
Yeah, it wasn't going to work.
And just a wee push sideways. So Jimmy Carroll's managed to get up to fifth. There he is there.
The K-Tech machine.
It's best run of the night so far, Jimmy Carroll, if he can keep it there.
Oh, yes, put the mockers on him. Oh, no, he's through.
So you have 2 laps to go this time through for Jimmy Carroll.
So, yeah, still Dallas Redhead and the 132s. There's Dylan Dalrymple in third.
Yeah, Paul Latu, he's had another shocker. Michael Pateman's just snuck through on him again for that 6th place.
Yeah, solid job down fourth from Hammond. HOSS boss, he's up there in second, just doing everything right at the moment. There's Dylan Dalrymple now. Big VRC racing.
There's Hamish Brader. Too sure where our leader is. He's 4 seconds up the track.
Yeah.
Dallas Redhead doing it easy at the moment. Brader in the Hope Racing cars.
And through the corkscrew.
They sound pretty good, these machines, though.
Yeah, for sure. Tons of power, big tyres. No,
Bit of a deeper-
downforce.
Sort of a deeper sound than the V8 Supercars,
Yeah.
who rev quite highly. These
he's
things are very torquey and don't rev as much. Oh, who's that? It's our race leader having a spin.
Ooh,
Well, turn 11. He goes the second place man,
Hamish.
goes wide as well.
Yeah. Few
Still-
F-bombs coming from over there, but he's
Still
still got the
leads him
lead.
though.
What's he got? Another 2?
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Hamish Brader starting to catch him up though.
Yep.
You won't want to do that again, that's for sure.
Pressure's on. There's HOSS boss in the background, second place. Good
Yeah,
quick
it is.
lap that. 132.443 from the HOSS boss.
Out of the Andretti hairpin through the two right-handers and then up the hill. For Redhead, there's second place car, you can just see in the background there. That's the gap first to second, lap and a half left to go.
Only a mistake in it.
Up the Rahal straight, heading up towards the corkscrew, under the bridge.
Yeah, one more. Here they come up now. On board with Hamish.
Shot out the front
Dallas.
of Dallas Redhead.
So here he goes down to the corkscrew here.
I don't want to take too much inside. And where do you point it over there?
Yeah. Hopefully you get it right.
You're picking a certain tree over there, marking the horizon to aim for.
You certainly can't see it.
Keeping it pretty tidy at the moment.
Yeah.
Comes down through the rainy curve.
Getting the power down nicely.
And into
So onto
turn 11.
front straight here.
You get the last lap board this time.
Not too bad.
Dallas Redhead.
HOSS Boss not too far behind.
No, he's got it under 3 seconds now, the gap.
Just,
2.8.
Get this bottom corner right. It's pretty tight down through these wee S's here.
The wee Andretti hairpin. Just keeping it in the middle of the track, giving myself a wee bit to play with.
Both through there safely.
Brader slowly catching him though.
He is, yeah.
And in the background you'll see Dalrymple there, not too far away either.
Oh, just the HOSS Boss but out wide there in the dirt.
Paul Hammond's had a bit of a moment there, dropped back from that 4th place back to the 6th. And old Latu still at the back of the pack. Just heard word through, Mark, from the
Off goes the HOSS Boss. Sorry,
HOSS
Paul.
Boss. It's just heard through from the pits that Latu's got one of those keys digging into the side of his hip that's hanging off those black greasy Levi jeans.
Hands a bit slippery.
Yeah, about 20 odd keys and pocket
Right,
knife
there's a
stuck
Darren
to the side.
a bit closer to Hamish Brader now on the last lap. Coming down through the course.
Oh, who was that?
Hamish Brader went off.
He did.
That puts Dalrymple into.
No, that's Latu.
Oh, was it?
So yeah, there was a lap being put on Latu. There goes Brader there.
Right, okay.
Latu still having trouble with those keys on the last lap. So the race leader comes around to take the race win, Dallas Redhead.
Good drive, good one.
Take his first win of the night.
HOSS Boss second, Hamish
Yes,
Brader.
good drive from him. Dylan Dalrymple not too far away in 3rd. And look who's sitting in 4th place, Jimmy Carroll.
Good work, Jimmy.
That's Latu, he's a lap down. There goes Jimmy Carroll there.
Yeah. Keep it together these next couple of corners. Brakes glowing red there.
Dylan Dalrymple, a 1:32.2, the fastest lap of the race so far. Here's Carroll on the K-Tech
Gets around.
entry. He'll come down to
Good
take
drive there,
5th. Good drive from Dallas Redhead.
Yeah.
Looking a wee bit happier now. He's got one under his belt.
Dells.
Ooh, a bit of a come together there. So good stuff there from the Tier 2. So who's that coming through? Michael Pateman in 5th. And then it'll be Paul Latu in 6th. And Paul Hammond who end up the last one across the line.
He had a good 3/4 of the race.
So
Hot work there, Hamish. Getting a bit of liquid on board. Join the club.
so great stuff for the TA2 cars, something a little bit different. And
Right, Tier 1 boys jumping in there.
so have a quick game with Dallas Redhead. Dallas, what's the difference between the supercar and that? A wee bit of difference?
A lot of difference.
Whereabouts is what I'm asking.
And how it handles.
Is that right? So tell us the difference.
It's a dog of a thing to keep straight, really, compared to the supercars. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be alert.
And what about on the accelerator? You can put the foot down and you just got to do it nice and slowly.
You got to be really gentle on the accelerator, otherwise you're looping it round.
No downforce on them?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Especially compared to the supercars. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. So what would you prefer?
Supercars, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations on the race win.
Thank you.
Right, so we're going to strap the Tier 1 guys in now for their qualifying session. Of course, we've seen a couple of drivers there in the 29s on the Laguna Seca monthly leaderboard. Alex Sprague and Billy Manson.
Usual suspects.
So we'll see how we go for them this time.
All right, looks like everybody's in.
Everybody's strapped in, just waiting for the
Yeah.
all clear. In for a 4-minute qualifying. Is it 4 or 5 minutes, Billy? I think I'm 5-minute qualifying. 5-minute qualifying and then a 7-lapper.
All right, they're away.
They're just having a bit of a practice here for a start. And we'll chuck him back in. They didn't get much of a practice. 5 minutes. Clock is counting already.
Yep. So
It's a
really,
bit of a race for that clear air out in front, no doubt.
that's right.
Billy Manson there in the K-Tech colours for the Fast 8.
Really, you only get 3 good laps if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's right, but maybe only the 2, really.
Yeah, maybe only 2.
Alex
so
Sprague there in the
that's,
VRC Racing colours. See how he handles it. Seen quite a few cars out in the dirt, haven't we, Mark? But
Yeah,
no real
those,
penalties on this track, though.
Yeah, so it seemed to be a bit more lenient, but and those corners are slow corners there on cold tyres at the start. So
Yeah, the old Yanks, they'll be pretty good. They'll be like, oh, yeah, take a bit of grass if you want. Whereas the
Yeah.
Tasmania track, the old Aussies, they don't
they're
like you
in
stepping
for-
out of line.
No,
You're in
no.
for a penalty.
Yeah.
Here goes Gabbities. Let's see how he goes on Laguna Seca. First race night for Blair. And doing pretty good. He's been holding his own.
Yep, certainly.
I think he got lapped in one race, but that's
He
all
takes
good.
one decent crash, doesn't it? Especially in Symmons Plains.
That's right. So Manson, he's sitting
Manson's
pretty close, tucked in
yeah.
behind Sprague
What was
there.
that?
Oh, he's
Was that?
in the background. I think that was
Johnny Small.
Johnny
right?
Small having a spin there.
Yeah, easy done.
He's trying to stay with those front two. He's
That's
looking first.
McPherson in the K-Tech.
Another K-Tech
The
engines.
white one.
Chev
And that's who's that
There he
behind him?
running
McPherson?
wide again.
Oh,
Oh,
who's that in the holy moly?
there's Johnny Small
Johnny
again.
Small.
Having trouble getting
Ooh,
the heat in the
under the
tyres.
wall.
And just looking on his screen, he's got 2 rear red tyres at the moment, so he really
Oh,
cooked them
yeah.
before they've
So he's going to have trouble qualifying.
just on one lap.
Yeah.
They do cool down pretty quick. When they go red, you've got to have a bit of a straight line, and they should cool down a wee bit. Turn green again.
There's
But
Alex.
just looking on screen, he's got 4 red tyres at the moment. Johnny Small,
Yeah,
he's
he's
really in the shit at the moment.
Trying to cool
That's
in
for
now.
sure, especially only a couple of minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, well, we're only going to get this will be their second lap
Yep.
under speed, so
So at
one
the
more
moment,
after this probably.
yeah, so at the moment, Billy Manson fastest in the first sector.
Yeah, Alex
Oozes,
touching there.
getting a wee bit
That's through
trail
the top
happy
of the
there,
corkscrew.
trying to slow the thing up.
Yeah, just might be having trouble reaching their pedals in this big thing.
Looking good for Manson at the moment. 2 purple sectors.
Oh, Alex a bit twitchy there as well.
Is a bit twitchy. And he is one to like throwing the thing around.
Yeah,
Alex Sprague could definitely throw that V8 Ute round.
yeah. I think
From
these
the-
are a
from the
different cup of
series.
tea, these ones.
Probably can't throw these things around as much as what you could one of those old Utes. As
Yeah,
Manson comes down to reel off a time of 1
30.
minute 30. Look at that, straight out of the box.
not a bad time.
Alex Sprague at 32.7. That's an excellent time.
Twitchy there again under brakes as well.
Just about on the money straight away, Billy Manson. In fact, only 2 drivers to set a time at the moment.
What have we got?
Morgan Dawes going to come down.
1
Looks
minute
like
20 left, so we really got to put a time down. Who's that going through Morgan Door?
Yes, and Morgan
3
Dawes.
times.
Yeah,
Couple
39.
more now. We've got Blair Gabbities, puts a 145.
So those 2 guys have had troubles.
Yeah, who's that?
There's-
McPherson. Time,
He-
1
he's
minute
a-
to go.
Braden Carroll, he's going to time his run for the last one. Oh, Chris
Johnny
Small
Small.
still having
Johnny
troubles
Small.
here.
Yeah, Alex Billy Manson. Yeah. The orange K-Tech. Alex Small got a purple sector in the first one. So he's
On board with Manson now, coming down through the corkscrew. Down through the left-hander.
yeah, good line through there.
Down
Brakes here.
through the rainy curve here. It's
Plenty
Wayne
of
rainy
room,
curve.
a wee bit wide, but
Looking good for him at the
yeah,
moment.
good second sector.
The green and a purple. Whereas,
Round onto the front straight. There's a bit of runoff there.
let's see if he hangs on to it.
Yeah.
He might get away with that. Come down to
So
wheel off.
Alex Sprague does right behind him.
Doesn't go any faster though, Manson.
Nor does Sprague.
No. Oh, Manson. He ditches it.
Ditches
But,
the qualifying with 2 seconds to go.
He might have got another lap in. We would have got another lap in. It's allowed Sprague a bit of clear air to see what he can do. Got to find a couple of seconds though, Alex Sprague. Excellent qualifying time from Billy Manson as he heads up the hill through the right-hander purple in the first sector for Sprague. Let's see how the rest of it goes as he goes up the hill, up the Ray Hall straight. Under the bridge,
now.
through the left-hander.
Tightness left-hander. Next
Yes,
one's a bit quicker.
See how he's working that wheel and
Yeah,
try and throw
yeah.
the arse end in as he gets up the top here. You should see a big step left here in a minute.
Where am I going now? Can we see?
Another
Oh,
step
just
right.
gets a curb.
Looking pretty good at the moment for the young chap.
300 quicker. Yeah, he
A
holds it
little
down there.
oversteer on the exit through the rainy
Yeah.
curve.
Yeah, he's
He
throwing it.
goes. Two purples, one corner left to go.
So we get through
Chops
there
down
without
a
running
couple of
wide.
gears.
Cautious through there.
And if he can keep it nice and straight down through there, we should see a pole time going through. What does he do? He goes to the top. 1:29.5.
That's a quick time.
A very quick time.
One of the
So
quickest
it's
times.
status quo. It's Sprague and Manson on the front row. Not too sure who's third.
That's VR.
It could be Blair Gabbities. Might have got away with third by looking at it. No, it's Dalrymple.
Yeah.
Dalrymple in third from Gabbities.
Won't be Dalrymple in this one.
Sorry,
Gabbities.
Morgan Door. They're waiting on the lights. Got the 6 lights for race
Long time.
1 here at Laguna Seca for the fast
Missed the
8.
start there. Billy got the better start there by the look of that.
Down to the Andretti hairpin.
Don't think he'll have the line through there though.
Sprague's got the inside.
See here he crosses over.
Manson will try and go
Right,
around
right.
the outside. A lot of understeer. A bit of an F-bomb already coming from Manson over in the back corner. Bit of carnage in the background there. Nick McPherson it was getting out of shape with Braden Carroll. But it's Sprague from Manson. Morgan Dorr in third place. Then we've got Blair Gabbities.
And Johnny Small behind him.
All
Both
over
of
the
them
back
are
of him. Yeah, this will be a piece of cake for Johnny Small, I would imagine. Blair Gabbities not used to having cars around him. Johnny Small will probably be a wee bit cautious. He leaves the door open for him.
Yeah, he did.
Gabbities does,
Yeah.
and through he goes.
It's
which is probably
Braden
better off
Carroll
for him.
running wide again at the back.
So it's a Sprague from Manson from Morgan Door. Johnny Small.
Down
He's
through the
Manson.
corkscrew they go for the first time.
A real drop down there, isn't it? Mid corner, the whole car just
Yeah.
drops down. Down through the rainy curve goes Billy Manson. Already got a second and a half up in front there to Alex Sprague. Round through turn 11, and lap 1 is done. 6 to go.
Yep. Sprague, Manson, Door.
Johnny Small got a wee bit of work to do to catch up. He's 3 seconds back. And Gabbity's hanging on to 5th from Braden Carroll and Nick McPherson, who had that bit of a coming together and a bit of a moment at the Andretti hairpin on the first lap. Oh, there's Braden Carroll again, getting all out of shape.
Digging out again. He's playing in the sandpit again.
Get the old red mist going on, and you can get back onto the track and try and get the hammer down, and round it will go.
There's
very
Johnny Small there and
It'll be very
fourth. Holy moly. He'll be saying a bit more than that, I think.
I'd say,
There's Morgan Dorr in the big VRC racing.
especially during
Mustang.
qualifying, you would have been saying that.
True.
So he's running fourth at the moment, though, Johnny Small, which is probably not too bad.
Someone in the
considering
background having a big off, and I might have been
Gavity's, was it?
Gavity's, the 17.
So Braden Carroll sniffs through on him, get that 5th place. Up the Rahal straight they go. Oh no. Braden Carroll just about out breaking himself, coming into the corkscrew. Johnny Small there.
Yeah, pretty close between these two.
Johnny Small and Morgan Dorr tucked in behind him.
goes
Morgan Dorr
right.
goes wide. As I say, still no penalties being
Breaking
served
onto
yet.
that Front straight.
He's that
I think.
Braden Carroll.
Probably doing himself more damage than penalties, really. So Alex Braid on 128.
28.8.
Ooh,
Look at that, that's faster
that's
than the
faster.
monthly time.
Yeah.
It's the first one we've seen in the 28s from the young chap. Putting on a good show down here tonight at HOSS. Race 3 tonight for the Fast 8, first of 2 at Laguna Seca. And once again, it's gone purple in the first sector, Mark. He's just getting even quicker.
Thought in qualifying he might have been struggling, but certainly not now.
Definitely got the track under control, that's for sure, as he comes up the hill into the corkscrew. Oh, just about gets out of shape, gets around the dirt. He was on. That was that drop down. You see, he had too much left hand turn on coming into that drop down. The arse end just wanted to go right.
Just recovered it all right though.
Not too bad at all. He
Put
goes
them a
Billy
little bit
Mance in the
closer.
background, so he's lost a
Couple
bit
of
of time
seconds.
there.
Nearly 3 seconds.
Still go through on a pretty competitive time, I'd say. Alex Sprague,
31.
1:31, so he lost a couple of seconds there
Yeah, 30 for Billy.
into the Andretti hairpin. Not too far back, Manson, only a couple of seconds in it.
Yeah.
Morgan Dorr hanging on to that 3rd place from Blair Gabbard. He's doing a good job there, hanging on to 4th.
Yes, 10 seconds between them two though.
Johnny Small
Gavity's had a bit
having
of an off.
Johnny Small having a bit of a rat shit time there, still out in the dirt down there in 7th.
Yeah.
And there he is there on screen. Not the
Down 7th.
best of car for him at this point. So here's the battle here for 4th and 5th between Gabbity's and McPherson. McPherson's a bit of a long time campaigner in the Fast 8s. He'll be a hard man to keep behind Blair Gabbity's. And like I was saying,
needs to hold his line.
Blair won't be used to having too many cars around him or guys having a wee dive up the inside.
Nah,
Leaves the door open quite nicely
plenty of
for
room here for him.
Nick McPherson. He's holding him up. And good job there from Gabbity's as they run up the hill under the bridge, through the wee left hand kink and up the Rahal straight on the climb up the hill, under the Rolex sign and into, just gets it out of control. He lost it. So Gabbity's for both of them.
Followed him.
And Johnny Small's up there as well, 3 cars.
Oh man.
So perhaps McPherson might have been looking at Johnny Small up ahead that was spinning out.
Yeah. Looking at
He
each
lost a
other
bit
there.
of control, and therefore Gabbity's went with him as well. But locking those rears up, I think, Blair Gabbity's.
There's Morgan
Morgan
Dorr
Dorr.
coming down.
Good lap from him, a 32.6, his fastest race, fastest lap of the night. Still Sprague from Manson. And Morgan Dorr there on shot. He's got no one in behind him.
Massive gap.
Massive gap. So he should be able to keep it there easy enough, I'd say.
Yeah.
Morgan Dorr, another one. He was super sub there for the Tier 1s last year.
Yeah, he did a good job, didn't he?
Did the full season 3 this year.
Yeah.
Morgan Dorr.
It's a K-Tech
showed glimpses of brilliance.
Yep.
But was a
Watching Billy Manson there down through the corkscrew. Good line through there.
he's not too far behind, is he? 3 seconds now. It's only one mistake really for
It's his round here, Alex. He's not
Sprague.
making many.
No, we just seen that one wee mistake on the exit of the corkscrew there a couple of laps ago from Sprague. Apart from that, pretty clinical. A 29.3 this time through for Alex Sprague. A 30.1 for Billy Manson. Down into the Andretti hairpin. Nice tight line there on the entry.
Pretty tight this next one as well. Get the drive on up to here.
Through the double right handers, we straighten into another one.
Yeah. First one's a lot tighter than the second one.
There we go, up the hill. Got down to 4 seconds now. Has Alex Sprague just disappearing over the top of the hill there now. Manson there into the corkscrew. Through the wee left-handed kink. Up the Ray Hall straight. Under the Rolex bridge and then into the corkscrew. Of course, they hold all sorts of different classes of cars here. Who's that? Braden Carroll.
Carroll, yeah.
Down there in 6th place. They have the obviously they have the Indy cars there, and also to the WeatherTech Sports Car Series too. They have a lot of long distance races here, the 24 hours races, and motorcycles, as I was saying, is very, very big here at Laguna Seca. 28.8 that time from Alex Sprague, so he's back on the pace.
28.
In the VRC Racing Mustang. So Billy Manson now out to 6 seconds further back there in second, and a long way back to Morgan Dorr. He's another 20 seconds down the road behind these two.
Yeah.
Nick McPherson hanging on to 4th. Gabby's still doing a good job there in 5th place. And Braden Carroll and then Johnny Small obviously at the rear there, having a rat shit time down there in the TA2 car.
Pretty close to lapping these guys.
Up the Ray Hall straight goes Sprague. He's on the final lap. Half a lap to go now for him. Gets it all crossed up now, trying to
coming down there.
Get the thing under control.
Now we're on to it, eh?
Looking nice at the moment though. Down through the rainy curve, and they only have one corner left to go for Alex to make it another race win for tonight.
Catching up on the back marker there, that'll be
that's a Gabby's, I think.
Gabby's it is too, yeah.
They come through and take the checkered flag. Alex Sprague, good race win for him.
Good try.
Or is it the final lap now, is it?
I think it was on 7.
Yeah,
it was only 7 in there.
Said he was on the final lap.
It was only 7 laps. Saying lap 8, but I think that's...
It can be a wee bit confusing there on that. You see that come up there, that leader's on the final lap, but if you're back towards the rear of the pack, it could mean a lap and a half still left to go. Morgan Dorr in that 3rd place. Must be the final lap. Nick McPherson here in 5th, goes wide. Puts a power out into the fence. The Kate Higg Engines car. And who's going to come round?
Small.
Go past him.
Johnny Small take that position.
Yeah, I think he ducks up to 5th, Johnny Small. So he's made a couple of spots up there towards the end. As Nick McPherson did it all on his own there, from which would have been not a bad spot. In fact, he's gone through it in 4th, so I think Johnny Small must be down a lap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
90 seconds further down the field. He goes Gabbard, he's sitting in 7th.
There we go.
Sprague's already finished. So another good race win for young Alex Manson, bridesmaid once again. Morgan Dorr a good 3rd place. Nick McPherson, Blair Gabbard, his best run of the night. And Braden Carroll, Johnny Small, cooked his tyres
Start working out with your team.
early on.
Who's going to start? Whoever starts has to qualify. 24 laps. Pit window is to.
Right, so we're mixing them up. The Tier 1 and Tier 2 drivers going to pair them up. And
The teams for you in a minute.
one race left of the evening, an endurance race, 24 laps around Laguna Seca. Pit window is lap 10 till lap 13.
Righto, Paul, we've got Jimmy Carroll and Billy Manson, Michael Pateman and Alex Sprague, Dallas Redhead and Johnny Small, Paul Hammond and Blair Gabbardies, Paul Latu and Nick McPherson, Hamish Brader and Braden. Oh no, hang on. Dylan and Morgan Dorr.
Morgan, so
Braden Carroll and Hamish HOSS. That's the teams.
so who's the extra driver then?
Right, just have to work out who is starting this 24 lap enduro. Be quite
Yeah, of course,
interesting.
whoever qualifies, Mark, has to start the race. So whether you throw the Tier 2 driver in first and bring the Tier 1 drivers off on second
10 to 13.
Probably the call, isn't it?
would normally be the way it goes. Right, so we're going out to 25 laps now, I think, and the pit windows are now gone from 10 till 14. There's your pit window. Simply because, Mark, if you don't come in at the right time,
Yeah.
you will get disqualified.
So the Tier 2 boys, if they start, they'll be looking to get in as soon as they can to change over. Still just debating who's starting off here.
Yeah, we've got the two newbies paired up together too. We'll see how they go tonight. Paul Hammond and Blair Gabbardies.
Yep.
Looks like Paul Hammond's keen to get things underway. He's
He's
going
in the seat.
He's going to start the qualifying session. I guess it's a 5-minute qualifying session, and then they'll be into it.
Starting here, Dallas and Johnny Small tossing a coin. Looks like Johnny Small's hopping in the seat.
Be a pretty good pairing that too, Mark. If Johnny can
Get him to grips with that car.
keep those tyres in the right window.
Yeah. Pateman and Sprague. Where are they?
That's your only.
Michael Pateman starting off.
So we've got Johnny Small. That's
Johnny
going to
Small
start.
starting off.
It's Michael Pateman starting. Paul Hammond starting. Paul Latu's over here. He's starting. And just have a wee geezer. Yeah, Jimmy Carroll starting as well. So Braden Carroll's starting. So Braden Carroll's the only, and Johnny Small, the only Tier 2 drivers, Fast 8 drivers that are starting, I should say. Del Rimple's in there as well, starting. So that's our 7 drivers out there for qualifying, which hasn't started as yet by the look of it. Just having a wee bit of a feeler. And that's Carroll out there. Right. 5 minutes on the clock for qualifying for the Enduro. Someone getting out of shape, just trying to get her out in the pits. Just about took one of those dudes out with the stick in the hand. So a good mix here of starters.
It's Jimmy Carroll in the K-Tech orange car.
It's a bit hard to know who that is, really. It is Jimmy Carroll. We've got both Carrolls in there starting the race. Oh, Michael Pateman just into the side of... Not too sure who it was. And Michael Pateman starting in the race.
Yep. Johnny Small.
Dalrymple.
And that Hope car, I think, Paul.
That's
the
redhead car. It's Johnny Small.
Yeah, holy moly. That's Pateman there.
Yeah.
Trying to get
Pateman
these,
teamed up with Alex Sprague. Could be quite a good combination, that.
Yeah, he's not going too bad, Pateman.
He's had a good run at Laguna Seca, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's tucked in behind.
That's Johnny Small there.
Johnny Small.
Like Gabby's behind him, was it? Oh, Gabby's will be in the green car.
So there's
Paul Hammond in that car, sorry.
Johnny Small about to start his first lap.
Tank slapper there.
Already 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock, so only a couple of...
Yeah, you got to get into it.
Couple of laps into it, down to the Andretti hairpin for Johnny Small. And the holy moly number 21. Keeping it nice and tidy.
Doing a better job this round.
At the moment. That's right, he had a shocking qualifying, didn't he? That one-off race.
Too. But he's got it together for qualifying this one.
Looking pretty sharp at the moment, although Dalrymple's gone purple in the first sector. Only really 2 shots at a hot lap here, really.
Yeah, I'll get another lap and that'll be probably it.
Up the Rahal straight there for Johnny Small, hard on the brakes.
So here he handles the corkscrew, just...
Yeah, it looks nice and tidy.
Yeah, nice and tidy, yeah.
Tyres probably still won't be 100% up to temperature. Round through the rainy curve.
Dalrymple looks like he's on a good lap.
Yeah, Johnny Small's gone purple in that middle sector, so into the last corner here, keeps it nice and tidy. Does Johnny Small. Let's see where he situates himself here. The first one to really set a time as he goes through a 132.7.
Pretty good.
Dylan Dalrymple 32.7 as well. Look at that. 3 1/1000ths of a second between the two of them. That's pretty close. Here goes Pateman.
Ooh, where'd he go? Pateman and Jimmy Carroll behind him.
And Paul Hammond comes down to reel off his first lap.
That's Hammond, yeah. And Jimmy Carroll behind him.
37 for Paul Hammond. And he goes
42 for Jimmy.
Braden Carroll, what can he do? He goes down across the line. Not 100%.
No time.
Johnny Small gone purple in the first sector. He is the man to beat, but not by much. 3 1/1000ths of a second. Back to Dylan Dalrymple. Third place so far, Paul Artu doing not a bad job there, 34.7. Sorted that key issue out.
Yeah, Hammond and P4.
So redhead purple now in first 2 sectors, down to the penultimate corner there for Johnny Small. There was 18 seconds left on the clock. He'll probably going to sneak another one in if he can get across the line in time.
Run wide there,
Bit of an F-bomb coming from Latu over in the corner. Perhaps that key issue's come back. He's digging pain in the side of the hip there from those Levi jeans.
31 for Johnny Small.
So he's
So he's
shot
coming-
to the top.
He's gone
Even
to the top.
further.
There's- this looks
Oh,
like a
Hammond
bit of
gets a
tap
bit
there
of a
from
tap.
Hammond. That's
Who's that from?
Jimmy Carroll on
Carroll,
the
is
side
it?
of him.
Oh,
there's
and
a
then he
big-
comes out and ruins Braden Carroll's lap, is it? No, he's Braden Carroll here.
Whoops.
So a bit of impediment going on there from Paul Hammond. Oh, Bateman
Yeah.
getting all out of shape, just
Yeah,
into the concrete wall. Braden Carroll's jumped up to second with a 1:32.3. Dalrymple goes down to third.
They're all over the place here.
He's got a bit of work to do. Oh, and here goes Braden Carroll. It's all over for him.
Yeah.
So perhaps the only one still in the lap's probably Dallas Redhead. He was the only one, Johnny Small. He was the only one to sneak through before that time went up.
Time's up.
Time-
There's no
time run out.
in overtime, so
Yeah, not
whether
going
he gets
any.
his lap or not. You see.
He's gone yellow in the first two sectors. Not looking good for him,
No.
Johnny Small. In fact, he's 21 seconds back. So that's qualifying over with. It'll be Johnny Small and the Dallas Redhead will start off the pole. Braden Carroll, Hamish Brader off the front row, and then Morgan Dorr, Dylan Dalrymple third, Alex Sprague, Michael Pateman fourth, Nick McPherson and Paul Latu, Blair Gabbity's Paul Hammond, the new duo, and then Billy Manson, Jimmy Carroll. Bit of work to do off the rear of the grid. So 25 lap race for the Fast 8 Tier 2 combinations.
Bit of work to be done. It'll be hard work. Johnny Small and pole.
Put window
He's
between
starting.
laps 10 and 14.
Braden Carroll.
Let's see how
starting.
they go. So just waiting off the
Okay.
lights. Nice setting here at Laguna Seca.
Got a problem here. Might not get it at start. Oh, he's away now.
So it'll be up to the drivers that are not in the seats at the moment to keep an eye on the lap score to make sure that they get them in before lap 14. Waiting on the lights. 6 lights. And we're off. Good start
Oh,
for
he
second
missed the
row.
start.
Very slow start
Johnny
off
Small missed
there
the
from
start.
Johnny Small. Oh, you got
Just
clipped
turned
from
in.
behind from
No, he
Dylan
turned
Dalrymple.
in.
And turned in on Dylan Dalrymple. Tried to sneak up the inside.
He probably was
And
clear.
in the end he gets away with it. Well, they both get away with it. Dalrymple actually loses a spot. Someone else goes wide there.
That's a hope car, is it?
Two, that's Latu, is it?
Oh,
From third, so Latu went wide. He's actually jumped up a spot though, Latu.
it's like a white K-Tech.
Dalrymple's lost a spot. Another F-bomb coming from him over the background from, I think, Braden Carroll it might have been, but he's out in front. There's the head under the bridge. Through the wee left-hander and onto the Rahal straight. Oh, getting out of shape there. Who is that? Is it Dalrymple? Is it Latu it is?
Latu, yeah.
So Latu.
Just Jimmy at the back. Jimmy Carroll, where's he up to? They're up to fifth. That's
Yeah, so he's
good recovery. They were in the back.
made a bit of headway on the first lap. He made a couple of
Has he
that?
gone wide there? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so.
his,
Couldn't see him pulling that up.
Braden. Is it
Jimmy.
yeah, Jimmy Carroll.
Jimmy Carroll.
Still hanging on to fifth though, so there's another couple of guys down the back. Latu and Paul Hammond obviously had a couple of moments.
Dalrymple there in the VRC racing. They are in third.
Yeah, Dalrymple sitting there in third place.
Johnny Small just up in front of him. Just having a look at the lead now as they come down here.
Yeah, who's this?
That's
The two of them
yeah. It's
Down.
Carroll.
into the Andretti hairpin.
Oh,
Who's
good
that?
touch.
Locks the rears up.
Oh,
Johnny Small into the
yeah.
concrete wall. Comes
Oh,
across.
shit.
Just about
Oh.
takes Dalrymple out. Dalrymple runs into the back of him, but he sneaks through. And Johnny Small gets it underway again, but falls back to fourth place.
Yeah,
Just lock the rears up
shock under brakes.
of the big machine, and
Through goes Carroll, still in the lead from Morgan Dylan Dalrymple.
so Alex
to
Sprague
Pateman.
and Michael Pateman have worked their way up to third.
And Johnny Small back to fourth. Jimmy Carroll in fifth. And, a long way back to La2 and Paul Hammond at the back.
So Braden Carroll leads them up the Rahal straight towards the corkscrew.
Just opening up a bit of a gap now after that coming together.
Starting to sort themselves out a wee bit now as
Ooh, just tiptoeing through there.
easy on the accelerator down through the left-hander. And then down through the rainy curve. Downhill right-hander, quite nice looking corner that one.
Yep, be pretty fast on the motorbike.
Oh, leader overshoots it, locks the rears up and understeers, but manages to get it around the corner, but lost a bit of time there.
Closed up a bit there though, and Pateman's not far behind him.
He's had
Quick lap there from Dalrymple and Pateman.
He's had a strong night tonight, Michael Pateman.
Yeah, just put in the quickest lap there, 32.280.
Down into the Andretti hairpin.
Oh, there's
Getting a wee bit out of shape there.
bit of a tank slapper there.
A wee bit greedy on the accelerator.
Yeah, doesn't take much, does it?
And just running wide a bit there too on the exit.
Yeah, I
So
think
head up the hill.
looking in the mirrors a bit.
Yeah, well he knows who's tucked in behind him. It's Dylan Dalrymple.
Yeah, and he's
Of course we should see Dylan
best
stepping
two-tier
up to
man
the...
behind him.
Should see Dylan stepping up to the fast. Oh, just puts a wheel out in the dirt. Manages to hang on to it. Bit of a tank slapper going on. Braden
Yeah.
Carroll
Dalrymple's just
keeping the pressure on, isn't he?
yeah, just
The people in the first
climbing over
sector.
the back of him shortly.
Up over the top of the hill, hard on the brakes and into the corkscrew.
Close there between Pateman and Small, third and fourth. Small's made up a bit of ground. Not much between the front four really.
No, it's pretty close. A long way to go.
Yeah.
Only on lap 3.
Yeah, seems like we're going for
I
ages.
guess they get new tyres at the pit stop too, Mark, and we
Yeah.
get to have an enduro there
For sure.
a week or so ago, and there were no new tyres. If you need new tyres, you had to make a second pit stop.
Right.
So if you were
Yeah.
driving second, you were driving with like 40% worn tyres.
So they've got to watch the fuel in this second stint too, Paul.
Yeah,
Not get a full tank of fuel at the pit stop. They've got to watch that.
we may see a few fuel lights coming on
Yeah.
in the last lap or two.
Especially the guys that are falling back a bit.
So look at that in the last lap, all top 3 cars in the 131 second bracket. In fact, identical times from Dalrymple and Johnny
Yeah,
Small,
shit.
31.846. So looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, back to La2, Jimmy Carroll in 6th and Hammond in 7th. Fair way back those boys. 20, between 20 and 50 seconds. Paul Hammond's 50 seconds behind the leader. 56 seconds. A bit of work to be done by their partners when they're jumping.
Yeah,
We went away yet.
147 last lap for Paul Hammond, so he must have had a bit of a moment
yeah.
there, surely.
34 for Jimmy. It's not a bad lap. And keep that time up, you'll be alright.
Oh, when he's on song, Jimmy Carroll, he can
Yep.
he can be right up there with him, but
Keep it smooth and keep ticking the laps over.
has a bit of bad luck every now and again,
So, we had a pass there
especially
on-
earlier at Symmons Plains.
Yeah, looked like Johnny Small was putting a move on Dalrymple coming down there. Yeah, he's
And Michael-
having a look.
Michael Payton,
31 for
Johnny Small. So Dalrymple's had a moment somewhere, is he?
yeah, I think so.
Looks like
yeah.
Johnny Small snuck through up to second.
Yep. Just had to, yeah, he did.
Might have ducked up the inside there at the hairpin.
Yep.
So if Michael Payton can keep it there or thereabouts to these guys in front,
He's not
and
far off.
then hand over to Alex Sprague, we could be in for quite a
Yeah,
interesting finish.
exactly.
Braden Carroll, obviously the Fast 8 driver, out there in front at the moment. You got Johnny Small, Fast 8 driver. You got Dylan Dalrymple, Tier 2 driver, sitting there in 3rd, and Pateman, Tier 2 driver, sitting in 4th. So you're going to get Alex Sprague and Morgan Dorr jumping into those seats against Hamish Brader. It looks like we've had another switch there as well. Michael Pateman back to third, Dylan Dalrymple back to
I
second.
missed that a moment. I missed that.
And Johnny Small, I think, had a moment.
Where'd he go?
He's down to
Back
fourth.
Oh, they might have had it coming together. I missed that.
But running wide there, Dalrymple through turn 11 down onto the front straight.
It's
He's our,
Red into fourth. McPherson, sorry.
he's our race leader. Braden Carroll. In
Johnny
fact, there's a
Small
Michael
fourth.
Pateman right there. Not too far behind Dylan Dalrymple,
No.
keeping him honest. Up through the right-hander. On the run back up the hill.
He's having a good solid drive, Pateman.
As I say, if he can keep it there and
Yeah.
keep it in a good spot there for Alex Spade to take over the second stint. It'll be quite a good fight back for the young chap.
Still only on lap 6.
Yeah, so still just over halfway through their stint.
They can put
Dalrymple now coming under some pressure from Pateman. Top 3 cars all within cooey of one another.
Yeah,
There goes Dalrymple. He's only a few car lengths behind Braden Carroll. Michael Pateman.
Pateman all over the back of him.
Yeah, and Johnny Small not too far behind the background either.
Oh, a bit of recovery going on there.
So looking, it could be all on here in the last corner coming into the front straight, just about 3 wide. Having a wee slip up the inside there was
all through though.
Michael Pateman. They all got through there though.
And Johnny Small knocking on that door at the back, Paul.
It's working in Johnny Small's hands quite nicely from that 4th place as they come down the front straight again. Just a second and a half between the top 4 cars. As he has the guys up the inside, Michael Pateman.
Done, I think.
Looks like he's going to get the job done on Dylan
Dalrymple.
Dalrymple, who's gone a wee bit wide. And a good pass there from Michael Pateman.
Small's having a crack at him.
Up to second there. He was 4th a couple of corners ago.
Jimmy Carroll, he's up to 5th.
Oh, Dalrymple's falling back down. He's gone from 2nd to 4th,
Yeah, just run wide on that last corner.
which has allowed Johnny Small back up to 3rd. So
Yeah, so a good
She's gonna-
recovery.
this is where the pit stop changeover is going to be interesting, Mark. See where they come in, where they come out.
Well, that's it.
Get those headphones off as soon as you can.
Yep.
And you got to stop on your mark too. See last week when I was doing the enduro with Shane Edgar, we were running second, and Edgar came into the pit stop and overshot the lollipop man by a metre or so, and that was it. Pateman from the lead comes back onto the track. He's going to have to serve a penalty here, is he? Slows down to under 35 k's, and away he goes again. But he's dropped down to 4th, so bit of bad luck there from
Johnny Small in front now, Paul.
yes.
From
So what
Braden
happened to
Carroll.
our race leader? Where's he? It was Braden Carroll
Dalrymple's
jumped
back
down to
in
2nd.
3rd. Pateman's 4th.
Just starting to sort themselves out a wee bit.
Yeah, a couple of,
Pateman's got a wee bit of work to do to catch back up
and he
to where he was.
takes one mistake and those 3 positions change around easily, don't they?
Yeah, they seem to be following one another too. As one goes off, the next one in behind will go off as well.
Hamish Brader just pacing up and down there. Can't wait to get in that car.
He just wants to. Right, so just heard from the HOSS boss that they've only been filled for 12 laps. Of course, they put windows between 10 and 14.
You don't want to be coming in on
You don't want to be running out of fuel out there
You'd be
trying to get
tempted to
another lap.
smash and dash at the end.
You want to come in on that lap 12, but of course, if you can get away with doing an extra lap, well then it means you've got a bit more go towards the end. Have a lap up your sleeve. Yeah, so it's 25 laps, so you've really got to find balance. Oh, just
that's
stopping
Johnny
it in
Small
time there,
there,
Braden Carroll.
Was it? Oh, John, yeah, Braden, sorry, yeah. And the top guys, they'll be going a bit quicker, so I might use a little bit more fuel.
But like the old dirty slapper down the pub and said, you know, a wee bit slippery in the rear there, Braden Carroll.
Not going there.
Comes down to the last corner. Still sitting in second though.
Yep, doing a good job.
Keeping it reasonably tight. He was leading earlier on. Johnny Small's cleared out in front though.
Yep.
Dallas Redhead's starting to get a wee bit of a sweat on the brow there. He's going to come under a wee bit of pressure there shortly. He knows he's going to have Alex Sprague. He's going to have Alex Sprague hanging out of him very shortly.
Literally.
And Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead currently leading. We're getting to lap 9, getting close to the pit window being open.
Yeah, probably 3 away.
As I said, just the 12 laps of fuel in it. So really you probably want to be doing a wee bit of fuel saving, Mark, where you can, if you don't want to make that last pit stop to get in that last lap.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Coming after 11.
Just keep it up her and see how she goes.
Yeah, that's it. All or nothing, eh?
So Johnny Small, there he is, down through the corkscrew, the holy moly, number 21.
Yep. Good
Doing not a
recovery,
bad job at the moment, quite a wide line through there.
Yeah.
Down through the rainy curve. Taking the last corner, he'll come through to...
A few wrinkles
Yeah,
on that
off
back
li-
guard there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a bit of panel damage and stuff going on, wouldn't it? A bit of a loose guard or something, make it a bit interesting.
Yeah.
Bit more damage there. But however, he goes through to start lap 10.
10 to be thinking about when he's
So
coming in.
he'll come in next lap, I would say. Or maybe
reckon?
try and do one more.
One more, I reckon. Coming at the end of 11.
I don't think these things have any sort of fuel gauge on the screen, do they, Hamish?
Yeah, this is an estimate amount of laps. 2.4 litres on it.
Right. Right, so they do let you know they're using about 2.4 litres per lap. And currently watching
Probably
Paul
a lap
Hammond,
left,
he's
eh?
just got under 4 litres left in the tank, so he might be able to squeeze one more lap in. So it's the race leader, still Johnny Small.
Yep.
We'll see if he comes in next time through. He might try and squeeze in one more.
I think he's getting out. Dallas is ready to jump in. No, not this lap.
No, not yet.
Not this lap.
Not this lap. Let's do one more.
Okay, so there's a bit of shit talking going on here.
There's a wee bit of
all on.
strategy talk going on, but a whispering in across the shoulders and everything.
Oh,
We've got
leaders
Johnny
in.
Small coming in
Leaders
on lap
in now.
11. So this is going to make it a 14 lap stint for Redhead. And of course, only the 12 litres to go into it. See the old lollipop man there. You've got to stop right on the mark, otherwise if you overshoot it.
Yeah, I think he's only getting fuel pull.
So a new set of boots going on for Johnny Small.
He's staying in the car.
Yeah, looks like Johnny's staying in the car. Perhaps he's going to go out and do another couple of laps, then come back in,
Looks like it.
and then refuel it and then go again. So they might do a pit stop and a fuel stop back to back. Then they can run all the way to the end. So a different strategy going on here, Mark.
Chucks him down into 4th. But
So we should
again,
probably do 2
one
laps.
stopper. Looks like they're on a 2-stopper now, so
Yeah, that's
again,
right.
on another lap, you'll get a 1-stopper maybe. Have to now.
Oh, who's that? That's Braden Carroll having a bit of a spin there from 4th place.
Right.
Can't see anyone else coming in the pits just yet.
Only 11 laps, so I'd say. Yeah.
So there's Johnny Small
So,
there. He's
yeah,
got a new
so
set of
the window
tyres
wasn't
on.
open when he came in
Oh,
for
right.
a change of driver, but he could take fuel and tyres.
Right.
So
So
yeah.
that's an alternate strategy is what you would call that.
It's a two-stopper.
He'll come back in this time, I would say. Johnny Small, keep an eye on him.
I think that'll
Well,
about kill their race, I'd say.
Well, he'll probably end up with another set of tyres being thrown on too, I would say, which will therefore then
but if you're
hold them up a wee bit more.
you hang out another, that's it, right. If you hang out another lap, you'll get to the end, maybe.
Yeah. So
On a one-stopper.
he's going to do another lap.
No, but these other guys haven't put it yet. If they can do one stop.
I see Michael Pateman's jumped out.
Okay.
So Alex Sprague in, and they Sprague's just heading out on the track now. You'll see Redhead. So Johnny Small just coming around the hairpin there. He comes, Alex Sprague just out in front of him.
Morgan Dawes in the car as well.
Dalrymple out from
Dalrymple's
third
out. Yeah, put that car
position.
into P3. Dead right now.
So this will be an interesting wee battle here. We've got Alex in the car,
Johnny's out of the car. Bully's in.
We're going to see Johnny come into the pits again.
Yep. And can these guys get to lap 25 on a one-stop pull?
That's right.
Or has Johnny and Dallas played the right card? We'll have to wait and see on that.
So Alex has let Johnny through. I think he knows really what's going on. Probably heard what was happening before he jumped in the seat.
Don't know, but Hamish is in the car now. So
Braden Carroll out.
Braden Carroll's out. Boss is in. Billy Manson's in. Jimmy's out. What else we got? Blair Gabby's waiting on Hammond to come round. I'd say might be this time, are they?
Yeah, well, they're out of gas. They're out of gas, so hopefully they can make her in there, because he's just rolling it down the hill. He's probably going to make it.
Jamie Wincup.
Just making a run down to the...
just going to make it to the pit box. Stop.
Just going to get in.
There's.
Woo.
Well, he just made it, Paul.
Just made it.
Rolled the dice on that
So
one.
he was out of gas, Paul Hammond.
Car, Paul. Johnny Small's out.
Johnny Small's out.
Dallas
Redhead's in.
Pit stop number 2.
Yeah, and they're sitting in second at the moment.
Yeah, and they're just beating some of the other guys that are just pitting. So
Well, Gabbity's just pulled out. So he's going to come back onto the track in third place.
Yeah.
Dallas Redhead.
Ooh.
He might get a penalty
Yeah, I
for
don't know if he can come out there, can he?
going over the
Yeah. They both went over there.
outside of the
Pit box.
that should be a penalty there. Race adjudicator Billy Rowley's not looking at it.
Away having a cup of tea. He missed that.
So one of those was Dallas Redhead, and the other one was
strategies are being talked about over here, whether they can make it or not.
Blair Gabbity's. So those two really should cop a penalty for that, using all of the...
Not going out pit lane.
No. Billy Rowley might have to look back at that on lap 13, Billy. Billy's not listening.
So they've got another lap, haven't they? 14.
They might have overshot their pit.
Oh, it's lap 14 now.
So at the moment it's Alex Sprague out in front. Michael Pateman did a good job in the early part of the race. It's going to be a fuel thing though. Probably in the box seat. We're looking at Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead really.
P2 is
Nick McPherson and Paul R2. I think they were a Gonberger.
Yeah, looks like it. They missed the pit window.
They missed the pit window.
What's the
2 cars shot straight in. Lap. Right, so it just takes a wee while to sort these guys out where they're at.
It's like positions on stand at the moment, apart from the...
Everyone should have made a pit stop by now.
Pit window will be closed on this lap.
So it's Alex Sprague, Michael Pateman by a wee way back to Morgan Dorr and Dylan Dalrymple.
Not sure what's going on with
Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead have done 2 pit stops.
Yeah, they have.
It's going to be, we'll have to keep an eye on the fuel levels, Mark, as they get down with towards 2 or 3 laps to go, Mark, and see where they are.
Alex Sprague has dropped into 128, so he's in fuel conservative mode, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really giving it to her, isn't he?
Sure is.
He's got 24 seconds odd up his sleeve, so you think he would just be coasting and rolling a bit.
Not in his nature. It's running wide there is Morgan Dorr. Johnny Small back in third. Then it's
Billy Manson trying
to make up some ground. They're not too far behind, actually. 2 seconds. Not too bad. Jimmy did a good job there getting it home. Oh, that's run wide there. That's Gabbity's, was it?
Yeah.
In the green car.
In the green entry, yeah.
Yep. He's run wide there. That's Billy there on screen. In the orange K-Tech car.
So it looks like we've got a couple of cars down the lap. It's Billy Gabbity's, Paul Hammond, Nick McPherson, Paul Latu.
Yeah, looks like
they're out.
I think they're out. They missed.
Yeah, they're gone bigger.
They missed the pit window, Paul.
It's the pit window.
Got to watch that, don't you?
And miss the pit window, you get told when it is.
So this is Billy Manson. He's chasing down Dallas Redhead. So he's not too far behind him now. Just
do a good battle this one.
Yep, he should.
Jimmy Carroll did a good job to keep it sort of mid-pack there.
Position, I'd say. Yes. Take that position coming up through here now.
Going up and under the bridge through the your left hand kink and then up the Ray Hall straight.
Room left there. So he's through to third. He'd be chasing down Morgan Dorr now, which won't be easy. There's Morgan Dorr there now. Oh, Alex, sorry, that's Alex Sprague.
Alex Sprague, yeah.
He's putting some good laps together. He's just lapping.
He's going to put a lap on Hamish Sprague. A minute, he gets a wee bit out of shape there, Alex Sprague.
Alex Sprague's followed Hamish.
A wee moment there.
That's the widest Mustang I've seen in a long time, Hamish.
Hamish doesn't want to go
a lap down.
A lap down. He's got an arse wider than Kim Kardashian at the moment.
Yeah,
making it hard for young Alex Sprague to look round. On the run up.
He's got the job done, I'd say.
He probably passed him round the outside, as you know. He's got the inside still, Brader.
See how they go down through the corkscrew.
Down through here. Brader holding that defensive inside line.
Alex just lining them up. We'll get him down. No, he won't. He's not close enough.
Not yet. Brader doing a good job. He's been doing a bit of homework through the week there, down through the Ray Hall curve. Yeah. Puts a wheel out in the dirt.
Alex is in the pits.
Coming into the pits. We'll be doing a splash and dash right now.
Oh, okay.
Get some more fuel into the car now so he can keep the pressure on. So that's the race leader in. Go back to see where Dylan Dalrymple and Morgan Dorr are at the moment. Plenty of time up their screen, I think, as they come in.
13 litres. Billy's got 13 litres.
There goes Dallas Redhead, sitting there in 4th place at the moment. Alex Sprague just come in for the second pit stop. So what'd you say, Billy had 13 laps left, and how many laps left to go? 8.
8 laps, how many laps?
And 2.5 litres a lap. So there's not enough fuel there by about 3 or 4 litres.
That's right.
I think there's a bit of tapping on the shoulders of the co-drivers.
They're all going to have to splash and dash, aren't they?
They're all going to have to come in for a second one. So this
12
could
laps.
work into Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead's favour.
No, looks like.
How much fuel's Redhead got in there, Mark? Because they've made their second stop. Ooh, goes wide.
He's got plenty. He's got 30 litres.
Right, so looking good at the moment for Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead. Sitting here in 4th, but the only ones that really got
11
enough fuel on.
To go. 17. Billy's got 11 litres.
He's going to have to make another pit stop.
He's going to try.
Is he? He's going to try and make it.
He's in fuel conserve mode.
Yeah. Although 132 last lap, I wouldn't say that's fuel conservative. There he is there.
Yeah, so he's going to just
Billy
about finish
Manson.
that lap. He's still on 11 litres.
Just trying to save, got to find a couple of litres somewhere, probably even a bit more than that. Might not be able to save 3 or 4 litres.
Pretty tough.
I still reckon he'll have to come in. Sitting there in third place though, Billy Manson. And green sectors as you'd, yellow sectors as you'd expect if he's trying a wee bit of fuel saving down the hill and through the corners. So Alex Sprague and Michael Payman still lead the way from Morgan Dorr and Dylan Dalrymple.
So it's going to be touch and go.
Touch and go for a lot of these guys.
Rolling the dice, some of these guys, but
Dallas Reed here, what sort of laps is he doing? A 134 last time, and he's the one with all the fuel.
yeah, he's got he had 30 litres a second ago. Alex Spray's got plenty of fuel. He's done 2 stops. Morgan Dorr, I'm not sure about him. Where's he? That's
Looks like Gabbity's left to come in as well. He's only got 10 litres left. Estimated 6 laps, and he's got 7 laps left to go, so it'd be touch and go for him as well.
we're still on 10 litres. Oh, dropped down to 9 now. Okay. Ooh.
Gonna be touch and go for a few of them. Especially on that last lap.
6 laps to go.
Trying to do 1 stoppers. Had a couple of the
How many are on a 1 stop?
couple of them have done 2 stoppers. Alex Sprague, Michael Pateman done 2.
Has Morgan Dorr done 1?
Yeah, he's in the seat at the moment. And
Yeah,
I would
think he's
say,
only done the 1 stop.
yeah,
Not sure how much he's got left.
have a wee look. He's got 9 litres left. So
Same as Billy's got about 9 litres.
yeah, so pretty touch and go for those 2 guys. They're second and third placing, which could play into the hands of Johnny Small and Dallas Redhead. They're sitting there in 4th place.
Yeah, I got plenty, but 4 seconds.
There is Billy Manson heading up under the bridge through the left-hander and up the Rahal straight.
Come around, be 5 laps to go.
Down to the corkscrew. Just keeping it nice and tidy.
We've got the 8 litres left there.
1 minute 33 last time for Manson.
Just backed off a little bit.
Trying to save as much as he can. Whereas Alex Sprague got 1 minute 30.5 last time.
I got plenty of fuel.
Plenty of fuel for them. Dallas Reed here to 32.3.
5 laps to go. He's still got. He's down to 7 litres now.
Morgan Dorr 32.5 last lap. So the
The way
sort
that
of in the
fuel's going,
32s.
I think he might make it.
He might be lucky.
Might be.
But looking good at the moment though for Alex Sprague and Michael Pateman. They made those 2 stops. Plenty of fuel.
For sure.
Don't have to worry too much about trying to save a litre or 2.
Morgan Dorr there on the.
Might be the odd cough starting to happen on the last lap.
Might be doing a Jamie Whincup.
Up over the hill under the Rolex bridge. Hard on the brakes there for Morgan Dorr. Set up quite nicely by Dylan Dalrymple.
Yep. Come around here, 4 laps to go.
Yeah, you see on the Delta screens there about a second slower than normal. Or last lap anyway for Dalrymple.
We're down to 4 laps. 6 litres over here.
Not looking good. You're keeping an eye on those fuel numbers. Alex Sprague though. Here's Morgan Dorr. Down into the Andretti hairpin. Got 14 seconds back to Billy Manson and Jimmy Carroll in third.
Yeah, they're rolling the dice with the fuel.
Blair Gabbities and Paul Hammond down there in 6th place, a lap down.
Yeah,
1 minute 44 last lap for Blair Gabbities, so he had a bit of an off-track excursion there.
Not
On
bad
board
for two
with-
new guys. There's Billy Manson now
On
on
board
screen.
with Billy Manson. Have a listen to it in the background if you can hear it.
Just making his way up the hill.
It's
now.
a real Trans Am look, isn't it, from the
Sure,
on-board
yeah,
shot.
yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of roll bars,
Yeah,
few gauges, lots of wires. Look at that, that's even better shot. Great camera work there from Billy Rowley. Haven't seen that shot before.
no, let's come up now. Watch down, hold this down through the corkscrew, Billy.
You've got the old safety net there in between the
Yeah, well, he chops her down a gear, throws her in, back the other way.
down the hill. You can see it
Yeah,
gets,
not
almost
bad.
gets airborne the front of the
Yeah.
car, and then crashes down into the bottom of that.
Great camera work there.
Oh, Billy Manson out of shape.
Gathers it all up.
Just gathers it up. That would have saved him a wee bit of fuel. He'd been on the brakes for a wee bit as he goes into the final corner there, turn 11. Looks like the tyres might be going off. a wee
3
bit.
to go. 5 litres.
Be short shifting it down through the gears. Of course, they're using the old 5-speed box
Yep.
with the H pattern.
Yeah.
Use the clutch in these things, not like the supercars
No.
where you just got sequential. You
Yeah,
actually
that's
got
the sequential in these things.
the H pattern. There are a few different gear options on these simulators down here. See the H pattern, the sequential, and then you've got the pedal shift as well, which you'll use on a lot of the late model later model gear.
You use what the car you're driving is designed to use when you're racing them.
So lap 22, so we're getting down to that clenching the arse part of the race for some of these drivers anyway. They'll be feeling everything through that accelerator. Hopefully he doesn't have a bit of a cough. You'll be listening to the motor.
Litres.
Billy Manson's down to 3 litres. He's got 2 and a bit laps left to go.
It's just coming over should be over the finish line.
It's Morgan
yeah.
Dorr. What's he got left? Have a wee look over the shoulder there. Just over 3 litres left for Morgan Dorr. 2, the old red lights are flashing.
Three for Billy. He's just come across the finish line now. 2 to go.
Yeah, I'd be making the last lap dash if I was some of these drivers. But not the guy out in front, Alex Sprague. He's got
I guess.
no worries whatsoever.
Red light, fuel on, flashing over
Yes,
there.
yeah, lots of fuel lights flashing on. Blair Gabbities is down to 2 litres left with 2 laps left to go. So
We're down to 2 litres here as well.
yeah, might be a few guys getting out pushing the things across the line.
I think the pit guys are looking already and might have to push them. Jimmy's got a sweat up just looking at it.
Yeah, well, Jimmy won't want to get out. Jimmy won't want to jump the fence and have to start pushing the thing, that's for sure.
He'll be calling for the apprentice.
Done a pretty good first stint there, Jimmy Carroll. These guys currently sitting 3rd, but not much left in the tank with a lap and a half left to go.
1 litre and we've still got a lap. He's not even on the last lap. He's not going to make it.
Yeah, 28.5 fastest lap of the race from Alex Sprague. He's not holding back. He's got plenty of fuel on board. There were a couple of teams did 2 stoppers. The other one's Johnny Small and Dallas Reed head down there in 4th place. Dallas not really setting the world on fire with those lap times. The 1:34.5 last time through. 21
Pitting.
seconds back off the lead.
Billy's pitting.
Billy's pitting. So Billy's pitting from 3rd place.
Just missed it. Hit the wall coming in.
Morgan Dorr's not. He's carrying on. The lights are still flashing. He's got a litre and a bit left with 2 laps left to go. He should have come in that time. Morgan Dorr. She's going to start coughing in a minute.
Slash and dash.
Slash and
All right,
dash.
here comes Johnny Small coming through now.
Yeah, Johnny Small and Dallas
They
Redhead.
take that spot. Third.
Should
They go through to third now. Is he out?
jump
Is he
up
out
a
of the
spot.
pitch yet?
No, he's just coming out
Coming
now.
out now with
Morgandore's going to have to do the same. He's going to have to come in. He's not going to have enough. Johnny Small over there having a look. How much gas is left there, Johnny? Not much. Down to about a litre there for Morgandore. Still a lap and a half left to run. They're going to have to do a splash and dash.
There's Morgandore on screen now.
There's a bit of looking.
There's the gap. 10 seconds between third and fourth.
Just hear the engine note there going over the hill, Morgandore. Just idling her up over the hill. Won't need to use many brakes.
Now.
Won't need to use many brakes coming down through the corkscrew. And we'll see what happens to these guys, whether they come and do a splash and dash. It's probably going to put them down a wee bit. Maybe down to fourth spot. Keep an eye on the screens now. Is he going to come in? Morgandore, Johnny Small's watching on.
He's not going to make another lap, is he?
He's going to try. Going to try and get another lap in. Keep an eye on this. He's only got a litre of gas left in the thing to do a lap. And you'll see Blair Gavity's just coming out of the pits in the green entry.
All right, the gap between Dallas Redhead and Billy
Listen
Manson
to
is
the
only
on-board shot.
not
He's
even a
just idling.
second. Not even a second.
No, they should have come in. They're going to lose this much time sneaking around the track. She's probably going to give a bit of a cough shortly.
Billy's got third position back. If he can, might get second if this thing coughs coming up the hill.
Right, so
We're on
sure
board with
Red-
Morgandore now.
did Redhead have a moment there perhaps?
I think he must have.
Just listen to the on-board though from Morgandore, sneaking her up the hill.
He's doing about 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, they're starting to reel him in.
There's Billy in
that's
third place now.
It's Manson.
Can't see him in the picture. He's
So Manson did come in for another pit stop, didn't he, or did he not?
he
Good,
did.
so he's in the clear.
He did, but
It's Morgandore that's in the shit.
what's
Sitting there in
happened
second
there?
place at the moment.
They're back to fourth now. What happened? Morgandore.
And Hamish Brader looks like he's running out of gas too from second. Oh, is he finished, is he?
Yeah, they're finished.
Oh, so the leaders have already gone through. So keep your eye on this one.
Not sure about that.
Here we go, Morgandore. Just about doing the old Flintstone on it, trying to get it down the hill. He's lucky it's downhill from here on in. He might be able to sneak it through there. Here comes Billy Manson trying to get him on the line. He might just get him as they go through. He gets him. Billy Manson gets him right on the line.
What a finish.
Morgandore running out of gas, and Billy Manson
Just got him on the line.
just got him on the line. I'd like
What a
to see the difference in the time there, but what an excellent race that was. Some of them throwing the one stopper to the wind. In the end, though, Alex Sprague, Michael Pateman take the race win. Billy Manson, Jimmy Carroll come through for second, right on the line. And then Morgandore, Dylan Dalrymple, they one stopped and managed to get it across the line for third. Great stuff there. And just trying to see a split there, Billy, if there's a split for second and third. So we'll have an... Here's this right on the line coming down. Billy Manson just gets Morgandore on the line. It wouldn't have been by much. As we have a look at the replay, look at this. Manson steaming down the outside. Oh, look at that. Got him by about 3 or 4 metres at the end of it. And in the end, a good job though from Morgandore to get it across the line. And still got a podium, so that was pretty good. Just have a look at the distance. There we go there. Look at that.